And once again, we are back on the site of Ellet High School here in Akron, Ohio. We are here for the 3A championship game in the PAFL, Columbus Fire versus Michigan Hurricanes. I am Mel Thorpe on the call, along with the best broadcast partner in the game at any level, Ken Straub. Ken, what's up, man?
What's going on, Mel? It's good to be back here again at Elliott. It's good to be in for another championship game, and we're up to the 3A level. We were here for the 2A level. I will say this: the Hurricanes and the Fire have a lot to do if they're going to match what we had last time. But I am super excited for this matchup.
And this is a game where we have not seen either team at all this season. Fire made it through. They had a couple bumps in the road. Hurricanes the same way. Had a couple bumps and both teams made it through. And now, as you can see on our opening matchup screen banner, it's win or try again next year. We're at the coin toss right now, but obviously both teams are ready. You can't ask for a better atmosphere. Crowd still piling in. It's Ohio versus Michigan. We saw Ryan Shazier. We saw that
Yep.
quarterback from up north. Can't get no better than this, man.
No, and it isn't just Ohio versus Michigan. It's Columbus versus Michigan. It's the heart of the rivalry between the two states. And not just a rivalry within the two states, but a rivalry on the field. These two teams know each other. They're rivals itself. So we're in for a tough matchup here today. I mean, I think it's going to be very simple. We saw it last week, or I should say 2 weeks ago during our championship game. Regardless of how you start, it is going to come down to that fourth quarter. Who is going to make the big plays when they matter? Who's going to be clutch? Who has that clutch gene? Who's going to lock in and who's going to make the plays when it matters? And that's what it's going to come down to. Is we saw a team jump out to a 22 to nothing lead and have it get erased and hang on. Both of these teams know they don't want to get too far behind, but at the end of the day, they play 4 quarters for a reason, Mel.
And four quarters is not only the reason you played this game, but hardware is at stake.
Absolutely.
You got the 3A championship. You both teams won their respective conferences, and then you get to hoist the hardware at the end if you win. If not, you got to try again next year. Get your fishing plans all laid out. But this is going to be one of those games where, honestly, literally, the Fire and the Hurricanes, they got to outdo that 2A game that we called 2 weeks ago because
Yeah.
if they don't, not under delivered, nothing like that, but the excitement level. And the
Yeah.
three, both teams historically, Hurricanes haven't been around as long as the Fire, but the Fire should know they're used to winning championships. This would be the chance to get back at that.
Absolutely, Mel. I couldn't agree with you more. Both of these teams want to be crowned champions. Uh, I was down on the sidelines pregame, both sides. Both teams absolutely locked in. There's no playing around. There's no joking out there. It is absolutely time to get down to business. As you said, hardware on the line.
And
As
honestly, this would be bragging rights for either team
yes,
come the end of the year because it's Ohio versus Michigan, and you can't get any better than that until November. So we'll see. Looks like the Fire will be kicking off. Fire in their gray jerseys, white numbers, red outlines with the red pants and white helmets. As our camera person next to us, Sky, has elegantly put it, the Hurricanes in their Frozone uniforms, the
I
all
love it.
blues with the white helmets. I
Uh,
can't say I disagree with that.
No, you can't disagree. When it's the truth, you cannot disagree. Shout out to Sky. That is an absolute awesome observation. I was gonna work it into the broadcast. Mel stole it from me, but that's okay.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. Listen, that's fine. All right. So yeah, the Fire are going to kick off as we're about to get started here. And Mel, this is going to wrap up the PAFL season as the rest of the football season has officially started. High school seasons under uh, under the belts into week 1 and 2. The college football season has officially kicked off this weekend. I
OH.
may or may not have a 4 box on my phone to keep eye on some stuff around the country, but I'm locked in here. But it is good. It feels like football today, and we're gonna have a good one here.
And we're going to keep you updated as college football updates come through. However, this one is just as going to be just as good as anything we've watched today, especially the Texas Ohio State game today, in which you called on your show Thursday. You called the Buckeyes win,
Yes, I did.
but the score was not what we thought it was going to be.
No, 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 no. And actually, no, I have to correct you, Mel. I did take Texas, so I'm gonna have to eat some there.
I thought you took the Buckeyes.
No, no, I took Texas. That's okay. I'm gonna beat my brother on our pick'ems, thankfully, to Nebraska beating his Cincinnati Bearcats. So we have a quick discussion between the referees before we get underway here, adjusting where we're gonna kick off the ball.
Kick from the 35, standard modified college rules for those watching and wondering.
And that's okay if you are a bit confused on the rules. I will be too. Mel will be updating us both, or I should say, all of us.
I got to be honest, I'm not used to seeing the fire in anything outside of orange and black. This is a new uniform. They just got these in. I like them.
Yeah,
I'm just not used to seeing not orange and black. It's just weird. And the
and the
kick's underway.
ball is away. Returner's going to take it at the 10-yard line where he's going to return that out. He's going to try to break it out to the outside to the numbers, and he's going to cut it up the field, and he's out to the 40 to the 50, and he's
Got
got
room.
nobody in front of him, Mel, and he's going to take the opening kickoff back to the house.
Hold the phone. There's a flag on the play, though.
We do have to check the flag, but
As we look at our replay scene, we'll try to. I caught it. It's a block in the back.
mm,
On our replay screen, there's a block in the back. We didn't catch. Yeah, there's a block in the back.
and Mel
And
almost an
almost.
electric start there to the game. A block in the back, and unfortunately, it was a block in the back kind of way down the field. So an unnecessary block in terms of what could have led to a touchdown there. But
And
still,
that would have gave the Hurricanes a super shift in momentum
yes,
because if you start the game with a play like that, imagine what that does for your offense, not only offensively but defensively.
special
You playing with the lead.
special teams so important, and when it's solid, it can hold a game for you. But when it scores points, when it brings extra turnovers and things like that, it can be an absolute game changer and an X factor. So
So
Hurricanes are going to start just on the other side, or just on their side of the 50-yard line, ball at the 49 with a 1st and 10. And as you said, yeah, both teams brand new uniforms for the championship game. Hurricanes going to come out, three wide receivers, two to each, two to the bottom of the screen, one up top, one running back in the backfield. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to hand it off on the first play. Running back's going to take it.
great
He's going to get hit
tackle.
hard right there at the line of scrimmage. Maybe pick up one or two, Melon, and that's an indication of how the hitting's going to be today. Whew, we're in for a good one.
That's how you cut down a tree, though. You take it at the base, and we've heard stories about the Hurricanes and the Fire's running game, and Michigan is known to have big running backs. So this is how you if you've got to beat him down at the knees. Eventually he's not going to want to run anymore.
Absolutely. All right, so to be second down here. Quarterback bringing a guy in motion. Going to hand it off here again to that running back who's going to be hit there again at the line of scrimmage. So trying to establish the run very early here. Trying to get those guys up front to get a push, but the Fire right now not allowing that, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 here, Mel.
What I'm noticing right off the bat is that both the Hurricanes and the Fire's line of scrimmage looks a little light.
Yeah.
Not saying that that's a bad thing
Mm-mm.
because you need your linemen to move, but to a degree, it looks like the Fire is matching the speed and sacrificing the size, which could benefit them in the long run.
We'll see how that develops. Quarterback's going to drop back here on 3rd down. He's going to look over to his wide receiver. He's going to be caught, but he's going to be tackled, gang tackled, well in front of the line, the 1st down line there. And that's going to bring up 4th and decision time here early for the Hurricanes.
Looks
And it,
like they were trying to establish the run, but for whatever reason, it's still early, so
Hmm.
establishing a run game is not going to be a problem. However, you got to think about what you're going to do if this doesn't pan out to be the game plan that you need to stick with, and you got to go to plan B. And plan B, with what looks like the Hurricanes have a left-handed quarterback, which is
Hmm.
something you don't see often at this level.
No,
It's going to be hard because if the Fire can blitz and get to him, I don't know how well he moves. We saw him moving just off GP in pregame, but that's not to say he can actually Michael Vick it.
absolutely. And then we're gonna have a timeout here by the fire. The Hurricanes were bringing out some kind of a different formation there on fourth down. Looks like they are going to punt the ball away, but yeah, and not to mention, and not to be critical, it's only the first drive, but trying to pick up a first down, throwing the ball well before the sticks. Not a fan of that. Let's try to push the ball down the field if we're going to try to
Yeah,
pick
I
up
don't.
that first down.
I'm
But it's
thinking.
early.
I don't believe in you should throw the ball, right at the sticks on third down. You should try that if you don't get if first down doesn't turn into a 5 yard gain, you have to throw it to get rid of whatever nostalgia you might feel, or not nostalgia, but whatever gripe you might have with trying to move the ball later on.
Absolutely. Give some shout outs to the comments. My mama's watching.
Hi,
Love
Mama.
you,
How
mama.
you are? How
And
are you? Hope
shout
you're well.
and shout out to my guy Morgan Hill, defensive end now in for the Rapids, tuning in with us for this championship game as well. Don't hesitate to join us in
And
the
there's a
comments, and we're gonna
flag.
have a flag here. And as I was gonna say, yeah, absolutely hit us up in the comments. Tell us what you're seeing. Join us in while you're watching some other football today.
It's going to be a false start against the Hurricanes. So it'll be a 4th and 13 now.
And a bit of miscommunication early, but it's a championship game.
It's
Had to
still,
travel on the road a couple hours to get here.
I don't know if this is the first championship for the Hurricanes, as again, we did not see them all year. We don't have a lot of information on the Hurricanes. However, we do know this is not the first championship for the Fire.
Mhm. As the Fire are gonna send two guys back to return.
You better hope one of those guys isn't Mike Tatum.
Punter's gonna get this one away. It's gonna be a short one. It's gonna take a hurricane bounce, but it's gonna be picked up on the bounce by the Fire. He's gonna try to bounce it out to the outside, where he's gonna get tackled there at the 30-yard line, and that's where this Fire offense will take over for their first possession.
And there's a flag again. So we're starting early with laundry on the field. Oh, correction, spot marker. Thank you.
So 11:55 here in the first quarter, and that's where this Fire offense will start their first possession on the 30-yard line. So first and 10, Fire going to come out. Four wide receivers, two to each side of the ball, one running back in the backfield.
I'm curious to see if that quarterback is not Mike Tatum. We're going to have to check the rosters, but I believe that is Mike Tatum's build
As
at
he's,
quarterback.
as he's checking the wrist or checking his play sheet there, looks like they're changing the call. Quarterback actually calling out the routes to his wide receiver. He's going to get pressured. He's going to step up. He's going to throw it deep. Got a man. Caught and he's going to break the tackle. Big gain here before he's finally brought down at the 25-yard line, Mel. A great job there to get open, make another man miss, and get ahead a couple yards there.
And if we're looking at this correctly, that is the danger of having a mobile quarterback because
Hmm.
literally you have to worry if that guy's going to take off or not. And if he does, this is what happens. And number one is actually Mike Tatum. So
Great
Mike
call there
Tatum
by you, Mel.
already causing problems as he has
Absolutely.
been
There
known
were,
to play quarterback.
the Hurricanes got pressure in, and then immediately he stepped up in the pocket and made some work. He come out same formation, Hands it off to the running back. He's going to get hit in the backfield. That play did not develop well. There was a wide receiver on the outside who actually wasn't even turned around completely. So, bit of miscommunication there. That play blown up there, though, by the defensive line by these Hurricanes.
And if you're the Hurricanes or you're a Hurricanes fan, you want them to have plays like this because
Yes,
if Mike gets going, Mike is very hard to stop, and Mike creates plays when there aren't plays. So this is going to be a test to the Hurricanes defense early and often.
absolutely. So, going to break the huddle on second down here. It's going to be second and 12. 10:30 taken away here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Hurricanes have fired in this 3A PAFL championship game here at Elliott Field. Quarterback changing the play again. Three wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, one up top. Quarterback's going to take that. Going to get pressured. He's going to get sacked in the backfield there. So back-to-back plays here, Mel. This defensive line for the Hurricanes stepping up and making a play.
And that's what, as a Hurricanes fan, that's what you want to see because, again, when Mike gets going, it's hard to stop him. It's hard to create or stop the momentum that the Fire can get. So, putting pressure on Mike Tatum so far has worked. It's actually backed them up. Don't know the kicker's range if they decide to go for it, but this has been a point to where the Hurricanes have done their job on defense. You let one big play happen, and then you said, screw it. Let's just see what happens when we put some pressure on him, and you got to him.
Absolutely. It's going to bring up third and 20. Possibly, yes, as you said, trying to get into that field goal range or at least a fourth and manageable. Quarterback. Oh, and it's going to be a bobble snap, and the quarterback's going to jump on it. A great job there to jump on it, but a miscommunication there. And Mel, one huge play by the Fire and three consecutive bad plays, and it is now going to be fourth and a mile.
And I gotta imagine that the Fire are gonna go for it because again, that we've seen that they have a kicker. We just don't know his range.
Yeah,
So this would be a chance to actually, because this is about a close to a 60-yard field goal. So we're gonna have to see them go for it. I hate to see that they have to give up the field position like this, but once you get the good play, you got to follow it up with some better play. Not saying that they don't have a better play selection, but next drive is going to be crucial if you don't get this here.
absolutely. And you are correct. It does look like they are going to go for it here on fourth down. Three wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, two up top. Empty backfield for the quarterback.
You
Shotgun.
Hurricanes look like they're going to
Yep,
blitz.
they're gonna step. They're stepping up to the line of scrimmage, backing off now. Quarterback pressured immediately, and he is going to get brought
Wow.
down way back on the other side. And Mel, just like that, four huge plays by this Hurricanes defense, and they don't just turn the ball over, completely flip the field, and now they're on the other side with a chance to get moving.
And the Michigan Hurricanes defense, I see why they named themselves the Hurricanes because that actually looked like a Miami Hurricanes defense, and that was scary because the speed matches what we saw when Tatum got loose and threw the bomb down the field. So this is going
Absolutely,
to be an interesting chess match between the coaching staff of the Hurricanes and the Fire.
could not agree more there, Mel. So now Hurricanes come out on their second possession. 8:08 left here in the first quarter. First and 10 from the 40. Going to come out in this big, heavy set. I'm going to hand it off to the big guy in the backfield. He's going to push it ahead for a couple yards there. And very early, once again on the second drive, Hurricanes trying to establish the line of scrimmage, trying to establish that run.
This time they're getting three, maybe what it looks like 3 yards. So 3 yards is better than the first drive where they were getting 1 to 2 yards. So hopefully this pans out for the Hurricanes this drive.
Absolutely.
I
All
love
right.
this chess match between both teams because both defenses are very speedy and light
Yes.
on their feet.
Agree there. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to throw it out. Wide receiver's going to take that, make a couple guys miss, and push it ahead for a first down. And positive play, positive yardage there for the Hurricanes, and they pick up their first down of the game. 7:15 left here in the first quarter. On the drive, on the move now.
If the
And you know what, Mel? You talked about it. Maybe a little undersized on the offensive line. All right, that's fine. Let's get the ball moving out quickly. Let's get those quick throws out. Let's get the quick plays moving, and that'll help out a lot.
and that actually helps because now they're able to move the ball, get first downs, and hopefully get. And their backfield is huge. Have you looked at this
Yeah.
quarterback?
Yeah. And when they come out in this big jumbo set like that with both of these running backs and the quarterback, it's gonna be hard to stop. They're gonna take that running back off to the or hand it back off to the running back. He's gonna cut around the outside and push that ahead. And he's gonna be real close to a first down there, Mel.
Having a big running back that can actually move is almost a it's not a blessing, but it's going to be actually beneficial, assuming that the Hurricanes can keep it up because right about now, you already see the Fire swapping out linemen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna bring up 2nd and 3 here. Just above 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Hurricanes and Fire. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're gonna have another timeout here by the this time by the Hurricanes. Take a second to talk it over.
I got to believe with the Hurricanes calling this timeout, a shot to the end zone's coming because you've set up the run this drive, and now they're looking at it as if okay, we have control of the momentum. What can we do? I'm looking at a shot towards the end zone with this next play coming out.
You know what? I would not bet against that, and I like that idea too. You still have 2 downs to try to pick up a first and short, or to pick up that first down when being at 2nd and 3, 2nd and short. You're at the 22-yard line. You're almost basically in the red zone range. Pretty much opens up the offensive coordinator's playbook to the fullest. Anything at his disposal at this point.
This is going to be a test to the defensive coordinator and the defense of the Fire. Can we get the stop we need? Because you had the momentum, you lost the momentum. Now you're looking to see what can we do to get ourselves back to where we were that first drive, moving the ball.
Absolutely. So, gonna break the huddle on 2nd and 3 here. 6:11 in the first quarter, still left. And I like this. They're coming back out in this jumbo set or this heavier set. Fullback, running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Two wide receivers at the top, one to the bottom. Fire showing blitz. Going to hand it off. They're going to
Wow.
bring that blitz, and
Whew.
he's going to push through. And it doesn't look like he's going to pick anything up there. It looks like he just got.
He looks like he's close to the first down to where the ref is standing.
He was, and it
Going to
was
bring up third.
a great job of the second effort there, because the Fire brought the blitz, and the blitz got there, but he was able to push through, and as you said, get very close. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 here. Gotta believe 4 down territory for the Hurricanes. Spread it out a bit. Quarterback going to drop back to pass here. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete.
Overshot
Quarterback
him
not
just a little
happy
bit.
about that one. I don't know if he's got an. I don't know if he wanted something different or if there was a miscommunication, but he is not happy over there. And it does look like, yeah, it does look like they are going to go for it. And I'm going to agree with that decision to be aggressive here.
You have to in this side of the field. Again, we did not see a kicker for the Hurricanes. However, with the way you've been running the ball this drive, this is going to benefit you should you be able to get it. And if you don't, you're not giving up anything. Field position is okay
Yeah,
for the Fire should they get the stop.
absolutely. See if the quarterback can shake off that frustration. He was really frustrated after that play.
I believe because he saw it and he just overshot it,
Yeah.
and he's like, I got to get that back. I wish I could have that back.
So we get ready here. A little update around the country. Penn State winning. And right now, the shocker around the country right now. Florida State up 30-17 over Alabama, Mel.
Sheesh. Go Knowles.
Absolutely. Mike Norvell coaching for his job and so far winning it over. So 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 here. Gonna hand it off up the middle. He's gonna get stopped and he's gonna get hit in the backfield.
Let's see
He
where the
tried to
ref
get ahead for
spots
the
this.
second effort. We'll see where it's spotted, but I don't
Fire
believe
says
so.
they got the stop.
And no, yes, Mel, they are gonna get that stop and they're gonna turn it over on downs themselves now. And with 5:29 left here in the first quarter, still 0-0, but now the Fire take back the momentum. It's been volleyed back and forth between both teams, but right now, the Fire with an opportunity to take hold first of this game.
Great stop by the Fire, but now you got to capitalize on it because we saw 2 weeks ago if you let a team get back into it, it causes a problem and that you have to fix with 35 seconds to go in the game.
and then almost win it with 4 seconds left.
Very true.
So 1st and 10 here. He's going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to take it out to the outside. He's going to get grabbed and brought down, but he's going to pick up a nice gain there.
3 yards on that. That's not bad. So it'll be second down and 7. Or they're going to, oh, wow, they gave him 5. So 6. So it'll be second down and 4.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4 now. Fire starting to put the ball on the ground, try to establish their running game. Quarterback going to hand it off again up the middle, and he's going to take it, and he's going to push out for another nice gain there, and it does look like, yeah, we're going to move the chains, and they're going to pick up a first down. Or it'll be
It looks like
third
they're
and
moving the
very
chains.
short. Yeah, it does look like they
So
are moving the chains.
Fire no stranger to having a running game traditionally and historically. What we've yet to see is the big play explosiveness as we've seen in the past for those of us that have covered or sat with us through Columbus Fire games. You're used to seeing Mike Tatum throwing the ball down the field. 2 years ago, we saw Mike Tatum blow up the Cobras for over 300 yards passing, and it just bloomed into a championship year that year.
Absolutely. A little change of philosophy here on the second drive, but it's working. Now the Fire are going to come out on 1st and 10 in their jumbo set with a fullback in and the running back with the quarterback. Quarterback's going to take it on the option. He's going to pitch it out to the running back. He's going to try to take it outside, but he's going to get tackled way in the backfield. A big loss there. Mel, the problem with trying to run that option, I'm a fan of it. It can be used, it can be utilized, and it can be great. However, when it doesn't work, it can be detrimental to the offense
I'm
with the way that it does move backwards sometimes
I'm
before it
gonna
moves
be honest
forward.
with you. I like the play call. I don't like the early pitch by Mike Tatum because Mike normally will cause the problem by showing he can run it just as well, and then he'll make the pitch. I do not agree with the early pitch. I love the play. That's just the only part of that play that I don't agree with.
Agree with you there. Fire coming back out in this jumbo set. Oh,
Yeah,
and we've got a false start. Got a
that's gonna suck.
got a false start there. It's gonna back the Fire up.
That's the bad thing for this Fire offense. You keep going backwards. You've had one positive play for a big chunk of yards, and now you're moving backwards. This is the second 20-yard situation that we've seen for the Fire in 2 drives. They got to correct this going forward.
Absolutely. So it's gonna bring up 2nd and 20. Clock ticking away here in the first quarter. 2:40 and counting. Still 0-0. Both offense trying to kind of establish themselves and gain some momentum. We'll see how the Fire respond here on their second drive.
Be careful with this Hurricanes. They're Hurricane defense. They're showing.
Oh,
Wow.
and yet we're gonna have another. Oh no, this time we're gonna have a penalty on the defense. He's gonna call encroachment. It did look like the offensive line moved, but it looks like he was enticed into moving there by the defensive line or defensive lineman jumping over. So they're gonna gain that penalty yard, some of that yardage back.
What I was gonna say is be careful with this Hurricane defense because anytime we've seen the Fire spread the ball out or spread the field out, they've blitzed and it's parted like the Red Sea, and you've seen this blue wave crashing on Mike Tatum.
So 2nd and 15 here, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Proud to be on the broadcast again with you, Mel.
Awesome.
Shout out to my
Always here.
brother, the other half of the Strawbro Sports Show.
Shout out to Drew. I feel like Drew should be here.
Taking a much deserved rest here in the offseason. Quarterback's going to take it out this design run. He's going to throw it out. The designed roll out there, but it's going to be incomplete. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
And if that pass stays up, he was actually close to a first down if he could pull that in.
Absolutely. Just a bit underthrown. So 3rd and 15 here. We'll see what the Fire can try to cook up. After that one explosive play on their first offensive play of the game, it really kind of has stalled a bit, trying to establish the run, but the defensive line, to be honest, you got to give credit on the other side, has really been disrupting the ability of this Fire offense to get going. But we'll see what 3rd and 15 entails.
Keep an eye on that Hurricane defense. They're blitzing.
Absolutely. Motion across the line of scrimmage. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass here. He's going to step up in the pocket, get out, and he's going to be pressured. He's going to try to get away, but he's going to be sacked. He's going to just throw up a prayer, and it's
What a
going to be
catch!
caught. Only a couple
And it looks like they got back to the original line of scrimmage.
gain of, I was going to say, yeah, that, or maybe just one or two. Because, or no, the gain of more than that, because it's going to bring up 4th and 7. But the pressure of this Hurricanes defensive line, you could say it's got some gust to it. It's got some strength to it because it is
They're
causing havoc and it's causing
and
pressure.
that's what's frustrating Mike Tatum at quarterback because this is where you know I've never seen Mike this frustrated at quarterback for the times that I have seen him at quarterback. So this is new for us as broadcasters and viewers to see Mike under this kind of pressure.
Absolutely. Referee is going to stop, blow the whistle there, and it's going to be a
Hurricane
timeout
timeout.
by the Hurricanes.
They got one left.
And it's a bit off camera here, but this Fire team is very, very frustrated. So frustrations on both sides. Got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I
Um,
I'm curious because we didn't have this kind of timeout frenzy by either team in the 2A championship. I think both coaches kind of played
mhm.
the chessboard to see where everything landed, but now we're seeing both coaches are struggling to figure out what's going to work. And I want to say it's new because we
Using,
haven't seen both teams in a while, but
yeah.
now I'm starting to think that they're starting to figure each other out and it's going to be a difficult game.
Absolutely. Both of these coaches utilizing some early timeouts as almost a secondary pregame talk, almost to kind of get the boys back together. Bit of disagreement here on this Fire sideline.
The frustration builds, but it's still the first quarter. You don't need to be frustrated. You just need to sit down, buckle down, and breathe. Let the game come to you. We'll figure out what works and what doesn't.
So Fire going to punt away the ball here. Hurricanes got a returner back at about the 25, 24-yard line. Ball's down back, and it's
Great
going to be a
punt.
high punt. Yeah, a great punt there,
Wow.
and it's going to take a good bounce too. Returner does a smart job to almost stay out of the way there. A little bit of physicality there. I
To
like
be
it.
fair, he should not have been that close.
Nope. You get that close, now you're in the hands of the
And they
return
ought to be
teams.
glad, the Hurricanes rather, ought to be glad that they didn't make him try to touch the ball because then it becomes a live ball.
Absolutely. So, Fire, not the Fire. The Hurricanes will take over here. Ball at the 23-yard line. Just 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. We'll see how this Hurricanes offense can start to adapt and start to change up the play calling maybe a bit to see now that they've seen this Fire defense, they see the athletes out there, they see what they can do. Now you
Deshaun
start to
says
adjust that.
taking a week or two off probably didn't help.
No, not at all. I agree. I agree, Stash. Shout out to
I,
Stash.
I honestly disagree because you need that week or two off to heal up because this
Yeah.
is both
The
teams have physical body like physical defenses. When you get hit, it hurts.
I think the counter to that would be depending on how much these teams have practiced. That may be the problem there. That is the issue sometimes down here at this level is the amount of practice these guys are able to get in. We all got jobs. We all have, regular 9 to 5s. Quarterback's going to take this here, hand it off on first down, and he's going to push it. The running back's going to push again ahead again for a couple yards there. Fire's trying to say that they pulled the ball out, but it does seem like the referee blew the whistle. And that's what I was saying. If they haven't had practice, that week off is definitely hurting. If they have had practice, that rest can definitely help. So it kind of comes down to what each team was able to do, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in the PAFL Tier 3 Championship. Still, Michigan Hurricanes 0, Columbus Fire 0. We'll take a break here on the 216 Sports Network. We'll be back in a second.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. And we are back with the start of the second quarter here. Hurricanes have the ball, trying to get something going. Second down and 8.
And a bit of feeling out in the first quarter there. And I will see what both of these teams do. It's 2nd and 8 here. Going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to try to cut it back up the middle, and he will not go anywhere. He's actually going to go backwards and get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I think the referee is going to bring the ball back up a couple yards, but still, neither of these teams really are really able to establish that line of scrimmage right now on the offensive end. It's been both defensive lines that are kind of taking or moving at will, I should say.
And at the 3A level, that's generally what you're going to see with certain teams is the start of a defensive struggle where offenses who were high powered at some point in the season now become stagnant because they're seeing the same defense that they practice against. So now it becomes a legit chess match, as I said earlier. What plays can we call that'll actually work and get us where we need to get?
Absolutely. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 here. We'll see what this Hurricanes offense can come up with. And a bit of a slow start here. We had 22 points in our
Before the
last
first quarter was
in the
over.
first quarter. Yeah, we thought it was over, but a tight one here. Quarterback going to drop back here on 3rd down. He's going to look long, and he's got a man in the middle of the field, caught over the 50, out to the 40-yard line, and boom, a big play there for the Hurricanes, a big first down, and moving the ball into the fire territory.
And that's what the Hurricanes needed. They caught a break. Great pass play. Way to look the ball in and not drop it because we've seen that happen plenty of times this season.
Yes, we have.
Hurricanes are now on the move.
Absolutely. 13-10 left here in the second quarter. Plenty of time. Ball at the 40. A first down and some momentum. Hurricanes break the huddle here on first down. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 2 up top. Empty backfield. Quarterback's going to bring motion.
Hope this quarterback can move. Fire look like they're going to challenge him.
He's going to throw the quick out to the wide receiver, and he just threw it out front. Incomplete there.
Now, if you're going to throw that screen to the short side of the field, it has to be quick like that, but you got to make sure it goes forward because if that goes backwards in any similar fashion, that becomes a problem and possibly becomes a fumble.
Absolutely. The problem there, you throw it a little too far forward. It could also be potentially picked off. You could get your wide receiver absolutely clobbered.
That is
But
always a problem.
that one going out of bounds was, of all of the bad possibilities, the best one. So 2nd and 10 here. Hurricanes breaking the huddle again. No running backs. Empty backfield for the quarterback who's going to drop back. Nice pocket, nice time. He's going to look over the middle, and it's going to be bobbled and picked off. Fire going to pick that ball off at the 20-yard line, bring it out to the 25-yard line, and just as the Hurricanes were starting to move, a bobbled pass there, and now the Fire will see if they can turn that into some points here.
Let's hope so because that's the first official turnover of the game for either squad. Now, if you're the Fire, we need points.
Absolutely. Now it's time to get
Oh
moving.
well, as our camera person Sky has said, they need to pick up the heat it up just a little bit, and you're catching the Hurricanes defense off guard. You should have snapped. Well, there's the ready whistle, so there's that plan. He's gonna say you
Jumbo
hurry up and
set for the
snap it.
Fire. Going to hand it off to the running back. He's got a bit of a hole there. He's going to push it out for a nice pickup there. Fire's starting to try, and as we said, trying to establish that line of scrimmage, starting to get the ball moving. Both of these teams seem like they do want to run the ball. Some mistakes in the passing game, an interception for the Hurricanes, the way the pressure has been coming on the defensive side for the Hurricanes. It's
But
been tough to move the ball in the air consistently for both of these teams.
but people have to understand running the ball is highly important because it keeps the defense honest. If you can
And
do
the
both,
Hurricanes have every man on the defense was up near the line of scrimmage there. And they're going to take it, hand it off again. He's going to push it up the middle,
he was
trying to
hit
get closer.
hard.
Yeah, he was. He was absolutely smacked on that play, trying to get closer to that first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1 here.
The
And it is
Fire have to, in Sky's words, heat it up because they have to keep this drive alive. If you
absolutely,
give if you give the Hurricanes good field position this time, I got a feeling that more shots at the end zone are going to be taken.
absolutely. And what's demoralizing, and what can be demoralizing for a defense and a defensive line, is when an offense comes out in a clear running formation. They're not going to throw the ball at all, and they still pick up yards and they still pick up a first down.
I
That can
believe
really
that
take
would be
its toll
called
on
the
a
wing
defense.
T.
Absolutely. Beautiful day here at Elliott Field for this PAFL 3A championship.
And once
Absolute
again, both
football weather.
teams' crowds travel. That's
Yeah.
what I love to see about this level.
All right. So Fire will break the huddle on 3rd and 1 here. Referee having a bit of a conversation with both lines. Not sure what the discussion was there, but maybe a bit of chirping. As the Hurricanes are going to try to stop the flame out here on 3rd and 1.
Yeah, crowd that line serious. Every gap covered.
They're going to hand it off. Oh, and he'll be hit
Wow.
hard in the backfield. And
Sheesh.
now it's going to bring up 4th and a little bit longer, and 4th and decision time for this Fire coaching staff. Still early in the second quarter, but definitely not the game plan unfolding the way they thought it would.
Honestly, you have to punt it here. You cannot afford to give the Hurricanes this kind of decent field position. Punting it's your only option at this point.
A shout out to Rel, giving some love to Cal, number 15. Appreciate you guys in the comments. So 4th and 5 now. Fire are going to punt the ball away. Hurricanes returner is going to be at about the 30-yard line, hoping to try to make a play. I will say this: both punters have been extremely efficient
I
in
got a
making sure they
feeling at some
flip
point
the
we're going to
field.
see a block because
Oh, and it's a fake here. They're going to run the punter's going to run that out, and he's going to pick up the first
just
down and more.
barely did. And the only reason I think that happened is honestly because that one punt rusher got through the line
Absolutely.
so fast. It was
Mhm.
either punt it and watch it get blocked or take off and run. The punter decided to take off and run, which was a very smart decision. And he
Absolutely.
got the first down, keeps
Yes.
the drive alive.
Yes, and you know what? I've been blessed to be involved in some of the special teams meetings with the Rapids, so I know very well that these guys know when they see a certain thing, when something happens, they have the go for it from the coach. They have the ability to say, all right, I'm going to tuck this and run, and a great heads up play and picks up the first down. And we talked about it on the first play of the game. Sometimes the special teams, when it's solid, it can help you, but when it does this, when it picks up first downs, puts points on the board, it can be an X factor. It can be a game changer.
And I think that's going to be a learning lesson for the special teams of the Hurricanes moving forward.
Absolutely something to watch for. Hurricanes got all 11 guys up near the line of scrimmage here. Fire going to drop back. Your quarterback's going to get pressured, and he's going to get
Wow.
hit hard. He got brought down from the
Yoked him
back and then
back
got
by
hit.
his hair.
Absolutely, they got smacked by the DB coming in, and a big hit by this Hurricanes defense.
I can't sit there and say, and now that I'm retired, I'll say, I can't say that I'm against pulling hair because I've done it myself.
Yeah,
So for those that I've pulled a dread on, I apologize. So yeah, I can admit when I'm wrong.
I like that. I like that. The problem is, and listen, I feel like everybody can wear their hair however they want to, but when you're on the football field specifically, it becomes something that can be detrimental. The guys get a hold of it, and you're gonna go down. It's not the same as somebody grabbing the jersey when they grab your hair.
Very true. Or the back of your collar when it
Absolutely.
was legal.
Right, when it was legal. All
Fire got
right,
to do
so
something to keep this drive alive.
and they're
Stop
gonna
going backwards.
and they're gonna spread the formation out on 2nd and 17. Four wide receivers, two to each side of the ball, one running back in the backfield. Quarterback gonna take this, drop back to pass. Moving around in the pocket, he's gonna throw it down the field. He's got a man, and he's just
Wow.
gonna overshoot him there. He had two guys. It would have taken a really, really great throw.
It was a great throw. It just headed towards the sideline, which is the problem. You got two receivers in the area. I don't know who's going to call up for it, but third and
So
16.
yeah, third and very long here for this Fire offense. 7:50 left here in the second half, second quarter. Don't let me not jump ahead of myself there.
I had to imagine that halftime conversation is going to be very different for both teams.
Absolutely. And I do want to give an update, Mel. Florida State did complete the upset of Alabama.
Whew.
A big one there, a shocker around the college football season. And, since we are still keeping track of them, our Cleveland Guardians have tipped off here as well. 3rd and 17 here for the Fire. Need a first down, need a big one here to try to get this drive to continue. Quarterback's going to get pressured. He's going to just take it himself. And now he's going to try to throw it over the middle, and not a great throw there. That one's going to fall incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th and 17. And barring maybe another great special teams play, it does look like the Fire are going to punt away and the Hurricanes are going to get this ball back.
Hopefully, again, the Hurricanes have learned their lesson. If they're going to blitz this, it's got to be
Absolutely.
slow. They got to slow play it so the punt can get off
Or
because
got to bring maybe more than one guy and got to make sure that, those guys
either
do
that or
keep their.
just let them punt it. You're going to
Right.
get the ball back.
Yeah.
If you don't rush
Got to be
that
alert.
punter, that last drive, you get the ball back and your defense gets a blow.
Absolutely. They were lucky enough to be able to hold them and kind of basically force them to punt from the same spot. Oh, and yep, it looks like we are going to have a flag. Did look like a jump on the defensive side, but we'll see.
It is
Yep.
off sides against the Hurricanes.
So it's going to move it up 5, but not really moving it up close enough to really kind of allow the coaching staff to have a decision there. Just going to punt this one away. Hopefully. And this one's going to be a bit of a shorter one.
He might want to be. Oh, it touched
And
him.
it touched the. Okay, a great job, as you said. It did hit the returner on the bounce. A great job, though, by the return team to jump on that and not allow the Fire to jump on that. Could have
And
been a
I don't
disaster.
understand why these blockers for the return team don't understand that it's gonna come if it comes close to you. You got to find a way to get away from it.
Yeah,
That could have been a costly turnover for the Hurricanes, and your defense is back in a bad situation.
Also, though, I gotta say, it is the job of that last return guy, the guy who's supposed to catch the ball, to kind of call out whatever the code word
You
is,
are
fire,
absolutely right.
whatever it is, to
Poison,
tell
fire,
them
something.
to
Get
yeah
away.
to get away.
Whatever you got to yell.
Although that one was a tough one because it was coming down on a line drive.
I
So
think the punter did that on purpose because any knuckleball like that is just not going to drop without bouncing hard.
I'm gonna save the punting and kicking critique for my brother. That is his job. All right, so 7:28 here in the second quarter. Hurricanes gonna break the huddle, 1st and 10 here. Ball at the 29-yard line.
Takes the snap, drops back. He runs, he's under pressure, looking for a place to go. He gets around the edge. He's looking, hit, and then he gets about five, maybe six on the play before getting drug out of bounds. So it'll bring up second down and about, looks like six.
Are you talking about that burn smell? Yeah, I smell it too.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Could be out. Somebody having a fire. It is the next day for a fire. All right, so 2nd and 6 here. Quarterback's gonna hand it off. The handoff there on second down.
I think that might be the fire heating up. Losing one on the play, but I think this is where the Fire defense is finally getting it and grasping what we need to do to get a stop and force this Hurricane offense to beat them through the air because now they see that the run game is not a weak point for the Hurricanes, but it's still useful. We're going to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. 3rd and 7 here. 5:54 ticking away here in the second quarter. Quarterback gonna drop back to pass. Scan. He's gonna look down the field. He's got a man, but the DB gonna come over and make a great play. A
Great
great job to get
recovery
his hand up on that ball and make the play.
because he was actually beat on that play. Great recovery by the DB. Now you force the Hurricanes to punt.
And I gotta say, as much as we can talk about both of these offenses potentially struggling, both of these defenses are playing lights out right now.
Which was my point to Deshaun's point. I don't think that this was a week off jet lag or whatever. I think this is just both teams very proud on defense, not
Yes,
wanting to look bad or be the first to make the first bad play of the game.
I agree with you there, Mel. So it's gonna be 4th and 7. Hurricanes keeping the off. Oh no, they're not. I'm sorry, they're going to punt the ball away.
Great
And it
kick,
was an
my God.
absolute monster of a punt that is going to be taken back at the 15. He's going to return it out to the 30. He's going to meet a Hurricanes DB, and he is not going to go a step further there. A great job by the return team. A great job by the special teams unit as a whole. Great punt, great coverage, great tackle.
Man, as a returner, I'm having bad flashbacks of when long snappers could actually take your head off and like that punt was in the air for at least 6 seconds. You don't touch it after four. These returners for both the Hurricanes and the Fire are bold men because I can't say I'd have did it.
Yeah, it may have been beneficial to just left that roll into the end zone and take it from the 25-yard line. But nonetheless, they're going to have a 1st and 10 at the 33. Opportunity with 5:16 left in the half for the Fire to try to put together our first scoring drive of the afternoon.
I think if the Fire can get in field goal range, that will give them some momentum because they do get the ball back to start the second half.
And check this heavy set out here.
Whoa!
Jumbo set, two linemen in the backfield with the running back and quarterback. Some old school football here. He's going to hand it off. He's going to take it up the middle and push it out for a gain
Ain't nobody going head up with that, dude.
of, of a couple. And yes, some old school smash mouth football here.
That's more like breakneck football because that dude would have fell on anybody.
And I'm going to have to agree with Sky, our camera person. A bit of a spark from the Columbus Fire, but they need the full thing to ignite here on this drive. Hurricanes showing pressure. Quarterback going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to try to get it out of the hole, get through the hole, and he's going to be met there by the linebacker where he'll be tackled hard.
The one
And
thing I've
yards at a
seen,
premium right now.
the one thing I've seen about both defenses is that they are sure tacklers. We have not seen a lot of broken tackles in this game.
No, not at all. Some sure fire, great tackling by both defenses right now. 3rd and 5 here. And I want to say in a low-scoring game like this, right before the half, this could be a huge, huge first down pickup if they were able to try to get some momentum and turn it into something here. They hand it off to the running back again. He's going to try to break through. He breaks a couple tackles. He picks up a good couple yards there. Very, very close. It's going to be 4th and 2 here. 4th and 1 is going to be very close.
I don't know who that linebacker was that tried to fill that gap, but he got drilled.
Absolutely. A good job by the linemen to meet hat to hat there in the trenches and try to make room for the running back.
Because if that linebacker was able to secure that gap, we're not looking at a 4th and 1. We're probably looking at a 4th and 6.
Yeah, absolutely. So 4th and 1 here. Big, big play here. 3 minutes just about here left in the half. Fire need a big first down to try to keep the embers going. Quarterback going to take it himself, but the referee's going to throw a flag and blow that play dead.
The defense looks like it was offsides according to the side judge. So that's going to give the Fire a first down if that is the case. As we
Yep,
take
and
a
it
look
does.
at our replay, one of the defensive ends for the Hurricanes was extremely over the line. He was so close, which is why he got the edge that he got.
Absolutely, and that's going to give them 5 yards and a first down. So 2:51 now and counting. Here left in the half, and the Fire pick up a big first down to try to push this and get some points, our first points of the game on the board. Going to hand it off to the fullback right up the middle, and he's going to pick up a nice gain there. And I love the switch up there.
That's actually a very smart move because
Absolutely.
everybody's expecting that slim running back to get the scat back yards, and you just hand it off to the fullback. Now you're looking at 2nd and 5 instead of maybe 2nd and 8.
And one more, 2nd and 4. A great job there. I like that. That's what you have to do when you are running these heavy sets, these T-wings, these option sets. You've got to create the misdirection. You can't always know where the ball is going to go, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left in the half here for the PAFL Championship 3A game. Hurricane 0, Fire 0. We'll be back here in a second on the 216 Sports Network.
Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. To place your orders, email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or head on over to tgbgbrand.com now. To God be the glory.
I've been spending time in the dojo. Clocked in.
I know last week you guys saw the post. A lot of you reached out to the inbox. We have an official date for the EFW Open House. We're going to do September 27th and 28th. It's still 2 days. Let me run down the rules one more time. Day one, we're taking in all beginners. I don't care where you think you're coming in. If you ever wanted to be a pro wrestler, referee, manager, timekeeper, bell ringer, I don't care what it is. Here's your opportunity to do so. 27th and 28th. We're going to give you 2 days. 2 days to show me what you got, right? At the end of the second day, one lucky person is going to...
All right, so back here on the 216 Sports Network, Ken Stroud from the Stroud Road Sports Show, joined in by Mel of the 216 Sports Network here on this championship Saturday night. 2 minutes left here in the half, still 0-0. A 2nd and 4 for the Fire. Quarterback's going to take that, try to scramble around. He's going to get hit in the backfield. He fumbled the football. And it does look like the Hurricanes are pointing their way. They had more guys at the ball than the Fire did, so we'll see what the referee comes down at the bottom of the pile. And yes, it is Hurricanes football.
I am not. I I'm at a loss for words because I got to figure out what's going on between huddle and offensive coordinator to see what plays they're running and calling that at least give your quarterback, give your running game a chance. I don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure at halftime there's going to be some kind of adjustment.
The problem right now, and it could, regardless of your play calling, if this defensive line continues to just push through on the snap like they have been, it doesn't matter what play call you have, Mel. There's nothing you can do when the defensive line is that disruptive. That's what wins you football games, and that's what wins championships.
As
If
we
your
saw with the
defensive
Eagles,
line
you are
and your
absolutely
pressure
correct.
can get to the quarterback nonstop and allow your offense to be completely disrupted, then yeah, you could be in some real trouble.
As our as our camera person Sky had just said, the Hurricanes just washed out the Fire.
1st and 10 here for the Hurricanes. Good position with 1:50 left in the half to try to get some points.
Here's the
Quarterback going
shot
to
at
drop
the
back.
end zone.
And he's going to throw it out to the wide receiver right over the middle. He's going to try to cut up the middle, and he will. And he'll pick up a big first down. And now, Hurricanes, absolute opportunity here to get some points and go into halftime with the lead. So, 1st and 10 here. 1:20 left in the half. Empty backfield for the Hurricanes. Quarterback going to drop back again. Going to get pressured by this defensive line, and he's going to be sacked way back at the 45-yard line.
That is the difference between Mike Tatum for the Fire and this quarterback for the Hurricanes, because this quarterback cannot move as well as we thought he could. Hopefully he's okay, as we have an injury timeout.
Yeah, we're going to have an injury time here. It looks like he is shaken up.
We're going to cut to commercial. Hopefully he's okay. You're watching Pro Advancement Football in the PAFL 3A Championship game, Fire versus Hurricanes, here on the 216 Sports Network.
I've been spending time in the dojo. Clocked
I
in.
know last week you guys saw the post. A lot of you reached out to the inbox. We have an official date for the EFW Open House. We're going to do September 27th and 28th. It's still 2 days. Let me run down the rules one more time. Day one, we're taking in all beginners. I don't care where you think you're coming in. If you ever wanted to be a pro wrestler, referee, manager, timekeeper, bell ringer, I don't care what it is. Here's your opportunity to do so. 27th and 28th. We're going to give you 2 days. 2 days to show me what you got, right? At the end of the second day, one lucky person is going to earn 2 months free training here at EFW Dojo. That's to all new trainees. 0 experience, guys, okay? For my trained professional wrestlers, don't care if you're 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, 20 years, 30 years, 15 days. If you feel like you're a trained professional wrestler and you want to come in and work for EFW, here's your opportunity. Again, 2 days. First day, we're going to give you an evaluation. We're going to go through all the details and what we expect to see from you. Day 2, you're going to actually show me. 8-minute match. Show it. Show me what you're made of. At the end of day 2, one lucky person is going to get selected to be on EFW4 at Esterbrook November 1st in an actual match on the main card. That's what we got for you guys. It's an open house. Come show me what you're worth, guys. Come do it. Come train here, EFW Dojo. Until then, keep fighting.
All right. Back here on the 216 Sports Network 3A Championship game. Hurricanes and Fire still 0-0. Hurricanes took a timeout to give the quarterback a second to get his bearings back after the injury. They come back out second and 22. 1 minute and 4 seconds left here in the half. Fire showing blitz. Quarterback's going to drop back to
Here's
pass.
the shot at the end zone.
He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to throw it over. Oh, and his wide receiver had it and dropped it. So that'll stop the clock with 57 seconds left.
And that's actually on the receiver at that
Yeah.
point because you got to catch that. Even if it's for 2-3 yards, you still got to catch it because that can get you closer to maybe a shot at the end zone or field goal range.
And those are the plays right now that neither offense is making. It's the big plays are there, but in between those plays, in the running plays, you need 5 here, 6 here to try to help out the offense. And that was an opportunity here, but now it's going to bring up 3rd and 22. So now it isn't just about trying to put points on the board and get there. Now you have to also try to think, okay, I can't make a mistake here that's going to have to force me to give the ball back to the Fire with a minute left.
And you've already thrown an interception, so
Absolutely.
you have to be wary of that because now you're looking at a situation where you have to be safe with the ball.
And stop giving Ray ideas in the comment section. I'm just going to throw that
Hey,
out.
Ray,
Love you,
baby,
Ray.
anytime you want to step in the
Love
ring,
you, Ray.
baby, it's all there.
A bobble snap there, but he picks it up. He's going
gotta
to get
rid of
pressured.
it.
Look up, and he's going to throw it out to the middle of the field. It's going to be caught.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Caught, but the DB seemed to try to grab it immediately out of his hand. I'm going to check the replay here.
that looks like
Wow.
an interception.
Wow. Yes, looking at the replay, Mel, as we
That
see
has
it,
to be an interception.
the wide receiver came down, and the minute he touched the ground with his back, the DB grabbed the ball out of his hand. Didn't grab the receiver. He grabbed the ball out of his hand. A bang bang play. Obviously, and I'm not going to be critical of the referees with either decision they make. A bang bang play that I would expect any referee crew, if they had the ability to go up to the booth and ask for help, because that was a tough play. But an amazing job there by that Fire DB and a heads up play to try to just grab the ball out as the wide receiver was coming to the ground. But
I agree, but looking at the replay, what we have, that's an interception.
absolutely. So, oh, and we've got
I can
a
understand the
timeout.
Fire
We've got
player's
a-
frustration because,
Yeah.
again, looking at we have the ability to replay. So looking at our replay, that's an interception.
absolutely.
However you want to play it, rewind it, argue about it, when the receiver hits the ground, the ball bounces up. No, a ground can't cause a fumble, but by rule, the catch has to be secured. That
Yeah.
catch isn't secured, doesn't hit the ground, falls into the Fire player's hands. That's an interception.
And see that, and I'm going to point something out, Mel. I was actually incorrect. You were corrected. He didn't grab it out of his hand. The ball bounced up in the air, as you said, which is why I said a tough call on these officials to try to make there because of the bang bang play. But there is a back judge who was on that side, so he was there to be able to see that.
And the bad judge
great
should have
play.
been making that call. But again, I'm not mad at whatever call because, again,
Nope.
they don't have the replay. However, us looking at the replay, it's
Yes.
clear that's an interception.
So, excuse me.
Yes, Ray, you are absolutely correct. That was a pick.
We will see if that break for the Hurricanes, if they can cash in on it and what it will mean later on in the game. And yes, I know Ray trying to live his dreams. I'm trying to keep that man to be able to go to work every day. Okay, I love that man. It's a good
I
friend of
gotta
mine. Okay,
work.
absolutely. So it is going to be
Shout out
fourth
to
and three
37
here.
U man.
Absolutely. Fourth and three here. 40 seconds left in the half. Need 3 yards to continue the drive and try to put points on the board. Because after all that excitement, it is still fourth down. Quarterback going to take it himself. Going to run it up the middle for a first down and more. And that's going to set them up with a first and goal. No, I'm sorry. A first
First and 10 at
first
the
and 10 at the
15.
15. Thank you, Mel. Clock ticking away. 25 and counting. Quarterback going to take it. He's going to throw it over the middle. And it's going to be caught
What a hit.
right at the 5-yard line. But got to hurry here. 15 seconds and counting. 10 seconds.
He's got to snap it.
5 seconds. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to throw it out into the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Clock will stop with 2 seconds left. We've got a flag on the play. We've got a hold on the offense. Whew.
Now there's a little drama for you.
Absolutely. Just when we were going to lure you to sleep, we woke you right back up here at the end of the half. A fantastic job by this Hurricanes offense to take advantage of that opportunity. Quarterback keeping the ball himself, moving it up into the middle, and then a throw over the middle, which was risky, but it ended up paying off. They let some time run off. They chose not to spike the ball, tried to throw it into the
I
end zone,
think
incomplete.
the spike would have been better because you saved time.
I agree.
I don't know what that quarterback was thinking. Again, this is not their starting quarterback. However, spiking the ball saves you time and it gives you a chance to have more time to get a couple shots at the end zone.
And now it does look like this is wild. Okay, I'm sorry. There was a penalty. I thought I
It was a
got
holding
lost.
penalty.
I got lost in my own excitement there.
Yeah, it was a
Forgot
holding
about the penalty. Now the referees are going to blow the whistle, having a discussion with the Hurricanes players, upset about something.
They don't have any more timeouts. The Hurricanes just called a timeout, but they don't have any more.
Yeah, but and you can see the Fire coaching staff is
They
I
just
think
used
that's
their
what
last
they're
timeout.
Yeah, I think that's what they're arguing about with the officials, is that they didn't have any timeouts left. Now, unless there was a miscommunication on the referee's part
With
up
the
to
injury,
us, right, up to us, that maybe the Fire used one of those
that should be
timeouts
a
and
delay of
not.
game against the Hurricanes.
Right, and referees at this level with these modified rules, they don't call injury timeouts. That's mostly an NCAA thing. That is mostly a D1 thing. That's mostly a professional thing. Normally, the teams are forced to take a timeout, which we assumed the Hurricanes did on the quarterback injury, which is why the quarterback was able to enter and play the next play and not sit a down out. So a bit of confusion here as the referee staff is meeting in the middle to kind of try to sort it out, it looks like.
That by rule, that should be a delay of game because by our count,
Yes.
the only team that has timeouts would be the Fire, and they have 2 left.
Yep.
Hurricanes are out of timeouts.
And as you can see it on the screen there, number one discussing with the coaching staff, and that's what I can actually hear him, and that's what he said. If they don't have a timeout and they called a timeout, it should be the end of the half. And that would be an absolute costly mistake by this Hurricanes coaching staff.
Especially knowing that you got to give the ball back to the Fire in the second half.
Yes. So, yes. And the referees, and you know what? At the end of it, they made the correct call. The Hurricanes did not have any timeouts left. They attempted to call a timeout. So that will do it for this first half here. Michigan Hurricanes, Columbus Fire, 0-0 here in your 3A championship game here at Elliott Field. Me and Mel are going to step away for halftime, and we'll be back in a minute.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs and any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Are you ready for a snack or a treat that satisfies that sweet tooth? Well, Clarice's Confections has what you need. All her treats are custom made and centered around your taste buds' desires. Place your orders now by emailing her at sweetsbycarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. If you're looking for a good brand of clothing at affordable prices, then TGBG is just for you. Hats, shirts, hoodies, and custom gear all at your fingertips. And just in time for the weekend is Free Ship Friday. Free shipping on all orders. Just use the code FREESHIPFRIDAY at checkout. And all Godfidence items are 10% off. Head on over to tgbgbrand.com and get your orders in for your custom clothing now. TGBG is the official outfitter of the 216 Sports Network. TGBG, to God be the glory. Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarice's Confections is a local treat maker here in Cleveland and has made many delectable and delicious treats for the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs at any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. And we are back. 0-0 score. Both teams looking to get back on the scoreboard or get some
Absolutely.
plays to get on the scoreboard.
Ken Straub here, joined by 216 Sports Network's own Romel Thorpe here on the call. Mel, thank you again for having me in. So we're taking care of some minor technical difficulties behind the scenes. All right, there, got those camera angles figured out.
As we
Back here on the 216 Sports Network, as I said, Ken Straub from the Strawboro Sports Show, the owner and the man behind the 216 Sports Network, Romer Thorpe, on the call with me.
Now, before we go back into this, we got to take a quick look at the match stats. Both teams got one turnover apiece. I did speak with both head coaches at halftime. Spoke with the head coach of the Fire. He just said we're just going to make the adjustments we need to make and keep on trying to push down the field to get where we need to get. Spoke to the head coach of the Hurricanes at halftime. He told us gonna make the plays we need to get. We're actually gonna capitalize when we have the opportunities because that was a big thing that they couldn't do in the first half. That's
Oh,
a
and
high kick.
yes, it is. On the opening kickoff of the second half, it's going to be taken at the 40. A good job by the returner, who not normally would be called upon to catch the ball there, to get underneath that,
I don't
take it, and
understand why they
keep the
don't just
ball.
call a fair catch.
Right? Call the fair catch there. Be easier. So, that at the 40-yard line is where this Fire offense will take over. And Mel, Not that I was spying on them, but I just happened to take my break on halftime or on the other side there where the Fire were fired up, to say the least, on that side over there. Some some pleasantries exchanged that not suitable for the broadcast, not suitable for work there, but
Because of course.
passionate, passionate there. They know they had the opportunities. They know they made some mistakes on that Fire side. And same for the Hurricanes. Had an opportunity just before halftime with 2 seconds left. Should have had an opportunity to try to get into the end zone, but a couple mistakes there cost them. Chris Webber-esque timeout situation.
I thought we
Sorry,
had
Chris.
one more timeout.
Sorry, Chris. So Fire come out empty backfield here to start the second half. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to be pressured immediately, and the start of the second half is going to start exactly how the first half ended, with this Hurricanes defense all over. You could say they are storming the quarterback right now. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 12 already.
And this is not how you want to start the second half if you're the Fire, because you just literally got a break for the Hurricanes making a mistake time wise. It's bad time management.
Absolutely. This is going to be 2nd and 12 here. Empty backfield for the Fire. No running back joining the quarterback.
Hurricanes showing blitz again in the A
Absolutely.
gap.
And we're going to have a very early timeout by the Fire. Bit of miscommunication. Quarterback's going to come over to offensive coordinator. Coach going to try to get the play calling, get everybody on the same page.
And I think that was why the Fire offense rather was frustrated earlier in the first half, was because there was no communication. There was no direction of what to do, how to do it. They got to figure that part out, because literally the Hurricanes are showing you that they're coming and
Mhm.
where they're coming from. You got to make the adjustments, or you're going to, if you're Mike Tatum at quarterback, you're going to be running the entire rest of the game.
Absolutely. And whether it's been empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, whether it's been the jumbo set, Hurricanes have brought pressure, brought it consistently, and even when they're not bringing pressure, the defensive line is still getting to the quarterback, and it's why that offense has been disrupted.
Looks like that Eagles playbook on defense has paid dividends for other teams.
Absolutely. So, Fire are going to break the huddle here. 2nd down and 12 here in your PAFL 3A championship game, still 0-0. Fire going to try to try to move the ball on their first offensive possession here of the second half. Try to get some points on the board. Empty backfield. Quarterback's going to bring motion across. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it out to the wide receiver. He's going to catch that up the middle. But he was behind the line of scrimmage. And yes, Mel, he got absolutely smacked.
Hurricanes are not playing around as they are moving and flowing to the ball. It's unbelievable that our camera person is not mic'd up right now.
She's absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it behind the scenes here. 3rd and 10 now.
If you're the Fire, you want to keep this drive alive. You've got to come up with a play that's going to work. Because
Absolutely.
I just heard the coach say punt team hot. You don't want to punt this early in the game.
This early in the second half. No, you want to try to gain some momentum. Empty backfield again. Quarterback's going to drop back, be pressured, step up in the pocket. He's going to take it off himself, pick up a first down and more. He's going to cut it out to the 40 to the outside, finally get out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And the quarterback run, the quarterback scramble coming up big for the Fire there.
And that is the thing I said earlier about Mike Tatum. When you get him moving, he is going to be hard to catch. Mike Tatum, one of the greatest return men, not only return men, just wide receivers in the indoor football league. He's an indoor football league Hall of Famer. So there's a reason for that. And when you see him run, you understand why.
Absolutely. So a big first down here early in the second half. And as you said, you did not want to have to try to punt the ball away here that early, and it does not look like they will have to.
It's amazing how Mike still has his speed at 50 years old.
Absolutely. Whoa, you caught me off guard there.
Mike, I'm
I had to
playing. If you
catch
watch this
myself.
later, Mike, it's a joke. I know it's just know it's a joke. It's me.
And
It's me.
Mike, I apologize for getting swept up there. So first and 10,
Mike is not 50.
ball at the 35-yard line.
He's 50 in football years.
A veteran. So Fire come back out in this jumbo set. Two wide receivers to each side, two in the backfield. Quarterback going to hand it off. He's going to try to cut it out, but he won't. He'll only pick up a minimal gain there, but does pick up some. I apologize. Got to give him more credit. Pick up 5 there.
Second down and 5. This is going to be interesting if the Fire can keep this up.
Have some momentum. Building a drive here. They're going to come back out in this T-wing. Two wide receivers, fullback, running back. Quarterback coming up to the line of scrimmage, pointing out. Hurricanes showing blitz. Quarterback trying to help out his offensive line. He's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to get hit in the backfield, swallowed up there.
The good thing about that run is that he didn't go backwards. He fell forward. So
Yes.
as long as you're falling forward, it's not going to be too much of an issue. But it's third down now.
3rd and 4. Critical early 3rd down here. Oh, wow. I think I got you.
Mike drops back. He looks. He throws it deep. He's got him, man. Almost caught. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Just in and out of the hands of the receiver. He's going to want that one back. About 3 more steps. He's falling right in his hands. So right about now, the ball spotted at the 30-yard line. I don't know if I'd go for this. I don't know the Fire's kicking range, but I would look at taking a shot with the field goal. But the Fire coaching staff feels differently. So here we go. 4th down and 4. Tatum in the pistol formation. Tatum directing traffic. Hurricanes showing blitz. They're going all out. Tatum takes a snap, drops back to pass. He looks. He's under pressure. He throws it over the middle. Got him, man. Falls incomplete, and that is a turnover on downs.
And an opportunity there, but not capitalized on.
And the Hurricanes will take over on downs.
And it looks like, yep, we're going to take an official timeout for an injury. We'll step away here on the 216 Sports Network. We'll be back in a second.
And we are back after the injury timeout. 1st and 10 Hurricanes, ball spotted on their own 30-yard line. The new quarterback in. for the Hurricanes.
We'll see if this can help change the momentum. They're going to hand it off to the running back, and nope, he's going to pick up maybe a gain of one there, trying to fall forward.
They almost got stripped of the ball. Ball security is going to be extremely important this half. They're going to say he didn't gain much, so he's going to miss. It's going to be second down and 10. Takes the snap, drops back, he looks, he's under pressure, he might want to get rid of it, he throws it short, and 14 catches it, but he is swung out of bounds. Gets a gain of maybe 3 on the play, it'll bring up third down. Make it 3rd and 6.
Just above 9 minutes here left in the third quarter, so starting to become critical to try to move the ball forward and get some points on the board. 3rd and 6 here.
We have not, and mind you, we have not seen this new quarterback today outside of the injury earlier, so we're going to see how he handles third down. He's under pressure,
And
he gets wrapped up.
And he's sacked. And a big, big play by this Fire defensive line. So it's going to be 4th and 20 here with 8:05 left here in the third quarter. Fire are going to look to try to make a play here on the special teams end. Try to get some points on the board. It's going to be punted straight up.
Everybody
straight up
needs
in the
to
air.
get away from that.
And it's going to take a good bounce, and the returner's going to pick it up, and he's going to try to cut it out to the outside.
That was dangerous. Bold move, but dangerous, because if he doesn't pick that up on the first bounce, that's a live ball. I really don't understand why these players don't understand that.
Yeah, some miscommunication could be absolute costly there on the special teams.
Got an update from downtown. Bottom of the 4th inning, Seattle and the Guardians are tied at 0-0, just like we are here at Ellet High School. So defense playing a part in both games.
Definitely defensive battle here. 7:42 left in the third quarter, still 0-0. Fire have a 1st and 10, ball at the 35-yard line.
And the Fire have great field position.
Going to hand it off to the running back, but he's going to get hit. Oh, and he's going to be picked up and dropped in the backfield.
Disrespectfully at that.
So 2nd and 12. Fire trying to move the ball forward after taking a couple steps back. So 2nd and 12 here. Clock ticking away under 7 minutes. Fire going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to try to push it up the middle. Gain a couple there. Yards at a premium here.
Yards at a premium is an understatement. Yards right now is hard to come by, especially with the way these defenses have been playing. This is going to turn out to be a very, very low score game unless the football guys decide to play a joke on us and give us an explosive fourth quarter.
Definitely interested to see if the Fire can capitalize here. 3rd and 8. Quarterback's going to take it himself. He's going to look up and he's got a man down the field, and it's caught at the 10-yard line. He gets away from the DB and he's going to stretch it out for a touchdown. And just like that, the Fire get on the board, and we've got our first points of this 3A championship game.
That's what Mike Tatum can do for your team. Creates more play opportunities. He gets the man downfield, throws it open. The receiver does the rest, dragging literally
Yes.
a Michigan Hurricanes player by his shirt.
With his jersey, yeah. Dragged him in there with him. A great play to stretch it out and get in there for the end zone. Mel, I was watching the kicker warm up during halftime. Was good on his extra points. Range-wise, I think we're not much further than where he would be, but should have a good opportunity to bang through the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So, 5:41 left in the 3rd quarter. Columbus Fire on the board first, 7-0 over the Hurricanes.
And about time we get our first points of the game. It took us 2.5 quarters, almost a full 3, but we got him. Now we see some cheering and talking on the Fire sideline. Fire got a little momentum on their side.
Absolutely, and that's what a touchdown does to the entire sideline, the coaching staff, the players, everybody down there fired up, locked in now.
Kicks away. It's high and short, and that's going to bounce. Picked up by the returner. He got a hole. And this, we could see this again. Kicker's on his feet.
And the kick, a great job. A great job by the return team to make a big play. A great job by the returners to save a touchdown there because he was gone, Mel.
He was. I don't understand how you kick it to the same person and they have the same success, especially after remembering what happened in the opening kickoff, which was a return for a touchdown that was negated by a block in the back. And this guy has speed. Now the Hurricanes start their first drive, or their second drive rather, of the second half with some decent field position in plus territory. Thought the kicker was, I can't blame the kicker on that one. Looks like he was trying to make it easier for the return or the coverage team, but the speedster at the return.
And the special teams, that special teams, that return unit for the Hurricanes, already almost made one play that didn't count. This one counts, and now they're set up with some great field position. 5:30 left here in the third quarter. First and 10 is going to be a low snap. Quarterback does a good job to pick it up off the ground and just take it himself and actually get some positive yards there.
I told you, this quarterback is built like a small wrecking ball. This dude is huge. He's got to be at least a good 230, 235.
So 2nd and 5 now.
I actually got to see another former arena teammate of mine down on the sideline for the Fire, Cam Jackson. So shout out to Cam, still holding it down.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody joining us here too on the 216 Sports Network. So 2nd and 5 here, 4:30 left in the third quarter. Fire showing blitz, bringing blitz. Quarterback's going to throw it over the middle, and a
Great
good
play.
job. Yes,
Great knockdown by the
absolutely.
DB.
Good job by the DB to get his hand in there and force that ball away.
And the slant, as everybody knows, is one of the hardest routes to cover because it's so quick. But if you can get a hand on the ball, it helps you out as a DB. So shout out to that DB for making the play.
Absolutely.
Brings up third down. We also saw some Bronco players and Bronco coaching staff at halftime
Absolutely. Bronco
here at the
Nation.
stadium.
Definitely in the building. So 3rd and 5. Drop back to pass here. We're going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be low
Incomplete.
and incomplete. So 4th and 5, and I don't see any reason why the Hurricanes offense wouldn't remain on the field at
Well,
this
you
point.
have to go for it at this point. The Fire just scored a touchdown on you, took some time off the clock. Yeah, you got to go for it. You're in plus territory. There's no reason why you shouldn't. This is a fourth and manageable. So right now, this is all important because if the Fire get up another touchdown, this game could possibly be over.
Especially with the way both of these defenses have played. Absolutely. Or we could be finally in tune for the shootout we've been looking for here in the fourth quarter, Mel. You never know.
Fire showing blitz.
4th and 5 here. Need the 5 yards. And it looks like we're going to have a free play. Quarterback going to get away from the blitz. He's going to look down the field, and it's going to be picked off. But we're going to have to keep an eye on the flag because it does look like they jumped.
And it is offsides
Yep.
against the Fire.
And that's
Not
going
a
to
smart play.
no, that's going to negate what would have been an outstanding
Now, here's the
play
question.
by the DB.
Based on the spot of the field, is this going to be a first down or not for the Hurricanes? Because that's a long 5, almost 6.
Yeah, it's going to come down to where that spot on the ball.
And the referees are conversing about it. So this might be a fourth and short instead of a first down. But I don't think it needs to be that long of a conference.
I'm going to stay out of that one, Mel.
It looks like
So,
there was something that happened where the flag is negated,
and yeah, we're just gonna run
and they're
4th
going to
and 5 again.
redo the down. So it's 4th and 5 again. Drops back to pass. He looks. He throws it short. It is caught. He is smacked immediately, but
But
he's going to have the first
yes,
down.
absolutely enough to pick up the first down there, which is important.
So basically, a 5th down situation that we've seen in football
Hmm.
before gives the Hurricanes a first down
I will say though, there was no real argument from either coaching staff, either sideline.
and
So
no explanation to
no.
us at least.
So 1st and 10 here, 3:15 and counting left in the third quarter. 7-0. Fire over the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes driving. Quarterback's gonna hand it off to the running back. Oh, he's gonna keep it himself. I apologize. Ooh,
Oh,
throw it out to the wide receiver. It was hit hard. Did a great job to shake off that tackle and hang on to the football.
as much as he's gonna feel that one in the morning, it's a great catch.
Absolutely, Mel. He got absolutely hammered, but no, he did not waver and he hung on to the football. That's the most important. So 2:35 ticking away, and the nice thing for the Hurricanes on this drive is they don't have to worry about the clock on this one.
Man, you when you brought up the extra timeout
Oh,
for the Fab Five and Chris Webber, I just go back to that movie Uncle Drew where he says that line in the movie. You know we out of timeouts, right?
an unfortunate one, and it cost them some potential points. But they got a 2nd and 8 here with an opportunity. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to get pressure. He's going to throw it up to the wide receiver. It's going to be incomplete. Almost found by the DB there.
Now that should have been intercepted by the DB. I don't know why he did. He made a great break on it as at the safety position, but I don't understand why he didn't just pick that. But then again, if he picks that, he goes right out of bounds. It's bad field position. So that's a catch 22 for a DB in that situation.
Absolutely. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 here. Huge opportunity for the Hurricanes to respond to that fire touchdown.
The Fire actually have to get a stop because if the Hurricanes respond on this drive, it's going to cause a problem and a big shift in momentum because right now both sidelines are quiet, but the Hurricanes are Mount Church Mouse quiet.
Absolutely. They need a little bit. They need a spark here. They need a little bit of something. Taking a bit of time here in the huddle. And it looks like we are going to have a timeout by the Hurricanes. So after the long discussion in the huddle, not on the exact same page. So they'll take a timeout with 1:58 here left in the third quarter. Mel, question. How aggressive would you be here on this third down, knowing more than likely you are automatically going to probably go for it on 4th down regardless? Do you take a shot, or are you just trying to secure a couple yards to set yourself up for a 4th and short?
Honestly, every route that I run with this third down play goes to the sticks. The closer you get to the sticks, the easier that 4th down is going to be. If you can get to the sticks and at least put yourself in a position to have a chance to convert on 4th down, this drive stays alive. You have a chance to put points on the board. Again, we have not seen a Michigan Hurricanes kicker warm up in pregame or halftime. So we
Mm-mm.
don't know what that kicking situation is going to look like. And even if they score, we don't know what the point situation is going to be for the point after. So your best bet as the Hurricanes is to get to the sticks, keep this drive alive. So everything I'm running is at the sticks.
I'm going to have to agree with you 100% there, Mel. We'll see what this offensive coaching staff cooks up. We'll see if they're listening to in on the broadcast and listening to Mel. 3rd and 8, ball at the
If
22
they're
yard line.
anything like the Broncos and the Bengals, they heard us because they turned that game into a shootout.
Yes, we did. So a big 3rd down and 8 here. Quarterback going to send his wide receiver out. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look in the end zone. Oh, wide receiver got tripped up by the DB.
Incidental
No flag
contact.
there, incidental contact, but an opportunity.
I'm
He did
surprised they
have
took a
space.
shot at the end. The shot was there,
Yes,
but however, I am surprised that they took that shot because really all you need to do is get the first down. Then you can take the shots at the end zone that you need.
absolutely. So now, 4th and 8. Critical. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're going to have a sideline warning. Or actually a penalty on the sidelines. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline, and that's going to back them up.
The sideline warnings usually are a one-time thing, and then the second one is a penalty. But whatever was said was huge. Probably had something to do with the incidental contact.
Yeah, clearly the coaching staff there on that Hurricane sideline, or maybe even some players not happy and voicing that displeasure. So now it's going to be 4th and 23
But
from
it
the
helps out the
37-yard
Fire in
line.
this situation.
Yes, it does. Not a lot in the playbook for 4th and 23 from the 37, but the Hurricanes are going to have to come up with something because if they're going to turn this ball over back to the Fire, it's a very good possibility this game could start to stretch out with the way points have been hard to come by in this game. 1:20 left here in the third quarter.
Fire showing blitz.
Quarterback going to drop back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to now just take off, but he's not going to get away. He's going to try to scramble back to the other side. And no, he'll eventually get brought down by the defensive line. And Mel, all of that running around, if you're not starting to move forward at some point, eventually they're going to get you.
And again, we've seen that this quarterback is not very mobile. He has been able to move in the pocket, but he's not Mike Vick or Cam Newton. So you got to get rid of that ball. Even though it was 4th and 23, that is a situation where that ball's got to get out of your
Absolutely.
hands to your fastest player or your faster players.
Agree with you there. So now, with just under a minute left, 54 seconds left here in the third quarter, the Fire are going to take over with a 1st and 10 from the 38 and a real opportunity to give themselves some momentum. Quarterback's going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to get hit in the backfield, wrapped up by the legs by one defender, gang tackled by the other two. A great job. Not just to the Hurricanes, but both of these teams. Yes, both of these teams.
The running game for both teams has been stagnant.
But not just that, the tackling by both of these defenses.
Amazing.
Yes. I mean, literally, to score the touchdown, the Fire player, wide receiver, had to drag the DB into the end zone with him.
And even then, he was struggling to get him off.
Yeah, solid premium tackling.
But that's a great testament to the coaching staff of both teams. They express tackling is a high priority on defense. You want to play for these teams, you better learn how to tackle.
Absolutely. We'll see if the Fire will run a play here or if they're just going to let the clock run out here on the third quarter. And it looks like they will. So that brings us to the fourth quarter here at Elliott Field in your 3A championship game. Columbus Fire 7, Michigan Hurricane 0. We'll step away here for a second on the 216 Sports Network, and we'll be back for the fourth quarter.
Got a taste for something sweet? Planning a party? Or just want a midnight snack? Clarissa's Confection Maker here in Cleveland and delectable in the young and old. Her treats are made to order and can be customized to your needs at any occasion. To place your orders, email her at sweetsbyclarice@gmail.com or call her at 440-805-4303. Are you looking to change up your everyday look? Have a sports team or just want something casual to wear for the night? TGBG Apparel is here for you. From athletic wear to something nice to go with your outfit, TGBG has what you need. hats, shirts, hoodies, and everything in between. TGBG will get you right for the night and at an affordable price. To place your orders, email them at tgbgbrand@gmail.com or head on over to tgbgbrand.com now. To God be the glory. And we are back with the start of the fourth quarter here at Elliott Stadium in Akron, Ohio. Fire, second down and 12, trying to keep the drive alive. Excuse me, second and 10.
Coming back out in this heavy, heavy jumbo formation.
And the Hurricanes have still crowded the line. They're
Yeah.
not giving this run game up.
No, not giving them a room or a second to move. Quarterback's going to take it himself, try to follow his blockers out to the outside, only gain one or two there. So we get started here in the fourth quarter. It's championship time now. And right now, I can honestly say both of these defenses have showed us what they're going to show us. Now it's going to be time for these offenses to try to either put together a drive for the Fire to kind of extend this thing and get it out of hand, or if you're the Hurricanes, need some points to try to claw back into this game.
If the Hurricanes want to get on the board, they have to get a turnover, not a stop, a turnover, because the longer you let this clock run, the harder it's going to be to get back into this game.
Absolutely. Third and 9 here. Critical to try to pick up the first down if you are the Fire. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. He's got a man. He's going to look for him down the field. Oh, and the DB and wide receiver both had a chance. Bounced off of the wide receiver, and that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and 9. And deep in your own territory,
You
I think
got
this
to
is
punt
an
it.
easy call here.
Great shot given that the Hurricanes crowded the line. However, lack of focus to bring in the ball because he had a step. If he just brings it in, that's a touchdown, if not a big chunk of yards for a first down.
Could have been a huge field flipping play there. So now they're going to punt.
Now, the question is also, are the Hurricanes going to not rush the punter so they can actually get this punt off and get the ball back, or are we going to see another fake punt like we did in the first half?
We'll see two returners back. One at the 35, one deep
20.
at the 15. Fire running some guys on late for the special teams. And they will get it away. It's a good punt. Oh, and it took a bounce there. Hit a Fire player and also be down there. Just at about, looks like the 33-yard line. And that's where, once again, this Hurricanes offense will have an opportunity to try to tie this ball game up.
But they haven't converted on fourth down in a while or third down. So we'll see. And I spoke to the Hurricanes head coach at halftime. He said we have to capitalize on these big plays, or plays period, or opportunities where they get the ball or they get something to go, and they have to capitalize on it.
I agree. And I think, while I agree for 3 quarters, you do everything in your power to try to make sure that the game plan is stuck to as tightly as it can be. But I think at some point, if you are this Michigan Hurricanes offensive staff and this play calling, something's got to give at some point. Time to switch it
You're
up.
absolutely right. Sometimes you have to.
There's a run up the middle, and he's going to try to keep it going, but only pick up 1 or 2. But points are at a premium, yards at a premium right now. At some point,
No, Ken, you're absolutely right. At some point, you have to throw the game plan away and start coming up with plays that you know are gonna work. You just have to call them because situationally, it's not gonna work anymore. Now you just need to throw that play out there. And it brings up second and 8 after a gain of 2.
2nd and 8 here.
Takes
Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. Gonna look over to his wide receiver, who's going to catch it right at the line. Oh, and he fumbled the football. But it does look like he jumped back on it. He caught it right there at the first down marker.
that is close. And the ref's going to give him the spot. And I don't see why the Hurricanes haven't gone back to the passing game more often. Is they've been connecting.
Yeah,
It's been working. You've been getting chunks down the field that you need. This might be a situation where you need to scrap the run game a little bit or ease back on the run game a little bit and start throwing the ball to move the ball down the field. First and 10, ball spotted at their own 45. He fakes it, looks, throws it deep,
ooh,
almost intercepted, and the receiver was in a bad spot. He
yeah.
could have took a big hit,
That
but
was
he
a
didn't.
dangerous, dangerous throw.
As everybody was going for the ball, so it brings up second down. His quarterback has not been wild or careless with the ball. It's just the Fire DBs have been essentially vultures around the ball in the air.
Absolutely. Ball hawks on that defense and hitters too. So a potentially very dangerous play there. But that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now. 11:47 here in the game left.
And Mike's got to,
Quarterback's going to throw it out to the wide receiver. He's going to make a couple of minutes, but he's going to get very close to the first down marker.
looks like he got it. But there's a flag on the play. Mike Cash has a problem with the Fire's uniforms. The Fire's uniforms aren't actually that bad. I was actually up close on a couple of players. Actually have I-71 South on the numbers.
I like that. I like that touch. And obviously the Michigan Hurricanes in their Frozo-inspired uniforms.
Frozone. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson who plays the voice of Frozone.
2:20, or I'm sorry, 2nd and 20, 11:35 left in the game. A huge possession here for the Michigan Hurricanes. Absolutely want to try to respond here with as much of it a struggle as it's been to try to consistently move the ball. Absolutely need to try to take advantage here.
From here on out, it should be 4-down territory for the Hurricanes.
Absolutely. Got to be aggressive. Smartly aggressive in your play calling. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to roll out. He's going to get pressured, and he won't get away. He's going to get sacked. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 2 miles.
This is not what they had in mind going into this game, I'm quite sure. But got to understand, earlier in the game, I did mention the Fire historically and traditionally have prided themselves on defense before anything else. So if they have a stout defense, everything else will fall into place. Right now, the defense has bent but not broken, and that's what gave them the momentum and the opportunity to put points on the board.
Absolutely. And to the Hurricanes' defensive credit, they've only given up one touchdown. I mean, realistically, normally in a football game nowadays, that's a great defensive performance. Just unfortunately, the offense hasn't been able to back it up to support them. But we'll see what happens here. It's going to be 3rd and 19, 10 minutes left in the game. Going to drop back to pass. He's going to look over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Wide receiver, quarterback not on the same page there. Although, not sure, even if he caught the ball, how much help that would have given this offense on 4th down.
It would
But
have been
now a forced into a punt.
it would have been close enough to get a fourth and let's think about it, but
Mhm.
with 4th and 19, you're in minus territory for those of y'all that don't know you're on your own side of the field, it creates a problem, and you have to be able to be aware that you cannot give up any kind of field position more than you already have to with the punt return if it is a return. But realistically, the Fire have had the momentum since Mike Tatum threw the touchdown, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're gearing up to try to score again.
Absolutely. Two returners back for the Fire, both at around the 20 and 25-yard line. Going to get this punt away. It's going to take a bounce. Returner's going to catch it on the bounce, and he's going to take off.
Whoa!
Oh! And he's going to get absolutely leveled.
Drilled! Man, I told you being a returner in the punt return game is dangerous. Folks, you just saw it.
Absolutely. He got absolutely leveled.
As we look at our replay, it started out good, and then he was just clotheslined down, WWE style. Also, keep in mind, both teams do have 2 timeouts left, so this game could turn into something really interesting within the last 9 minutes, 40 seconds of this game.
Absolutely. Fire coming back out. Jumbo set again. Just one wide receiver down here to the bottom of the screen. Everybody else on the offensive line and in the backfield.
Hurricanes showing all-out blitz.
And they're just going to push him up the middle. Referee going to blow that whistle. Ooh, a bit of extracurriculars there, but he's going to get very, very, very close to a first down.
And that's power running at its finest. Fire able to move the ball, get closer to a first down. This is what they need. Chew a little bit of this clock up. An 8-yard gain will do that.
Absolutely, and just a great job by this offensive line and the running back to just literally just shove and push and try to get as many yards as possible. And now 2nd and 2, and now under 9 minutes left in the game.
Again,
Fire starting to bleed this clock out.
the longer the Fire hold on to this clock and try to chew up some yards, the harder it's going to be for the Hurricanes to get back into this game.
Absolutely. Going to take that. He's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to push forward, and he's going to have enough for the first down. One of the things that the Hurricanes are trying to do is as the Fire are trying to push that ball forward. The Hurricane players are trying to strip it out, and the Fire running backs need to be alert of that. Maybe even trying to stop picking up that extra 1 or 2 yards and really, really try to maybe go down to try to help the clock.
And that's what you need to do because, again, ball security is highly important in the second half. And that's what you, as a Fire player and a Fire fan, have to understand that you got to hold on to this ball if you want to bleed this clock. All it takes is one stripped ball, one drop ball, one interception to turn this game around. 1st and 10, ball in plus territory at the Hurricane 47.
And already now 7:30 or so when this actual play goes off. So the clock really, really in factor now. I should say in play at a major factor. Quarterback's going to take that, hand it off to the running back. Nowhere to go as he's dancing around the pile, but was able. Oh no, he was going to step forward for maybe a gain there, but he was then pushed back by this Hurricane defense. And now 2nd and 9. But as we said, the clock now almost to 7 minutes. Time a factor.
Highly a factor.
Because it isn't just the stop that this Hurricanes defense needs. They need this
time.
Well, they need not just the time. They need this offense to do something that it really has not done since the end of the second half, but for that one time, which is get this ball down the field. And how much will that come into play? That blown opportunity, Mel,
that's gonna be
at the
big.
end of the first half
They're
with an
gonna
opportunity to put any points on the board. Now nothing, and now you're in a deficit. So
if that comes down to it, they're going to look at this game and look back on that drive
Hmm.
as bad time management because it actually was.
Absolutely.
And the blown timeout, which turned into a delay of game,
Yep.
which ran the clock off.
Oh, and a fumbled snap, and he fumbled the football, and the Hurricanes are gonna pick it up and move the ball forward. Mel, it was a bad snap right to the offensive lineman who tried to take it forward. It was stripped immediately, and just like that, 6:10 left in the game, and the Michigan Hurricanes have the ball on the other side of the field with an opportunity to tie it up.
And just like that, the tables have turned. You got momentum on your side. And as the head coach for the Hurricanes said at halftime, we got to capitalize on the opportunities. So if you're a Hurricanes fan watching, this is your chance to get back into this game.
Absolutely. This this is it. This is the momentum. You finally pushed it back in your favor, but now this offense, and I talked about it before, Mel. Maybe I was a little premature with still 11 minutes in the fourth quarter, but now there's 6 minutes left. This may be your last opportunity to have the ball. All of the regular things go out the window. I need your best plays. I need your best formations. I need my best guys on the field because I need them to be there because I need a big play
Oh,
right
Ken,
now.
you're absolutely right. But here's the thing. You're going up against a stout fire defense. How much of this is really going to help you? You still got two timeouts, so time management is important
Hmm.
and play calling is important.
Absolutely. We'll see what they dial up here on first down. Quarterback's going to drop back. He's pressured. He's trying to get away. And he's hit! Hit, stripped, fumbled. A great job by the Hurricanes offensive lineman to jump on that ball and be alert because after the Fire players knocked it away, I'm not going to lie, Mel, they kind of just started to celebrate the sack, but the ball was loose and there for the taking.
There were a few fire players that actually tried to recover the ball. However, it's a huge loss for
Abs-
the Hurricanes.
Absolutely. That's going to bring it back to 2nd and 24. And it does look like the Hurricanes are going to take their second timeout. And that, I mean, all the momentum had just swung back to the Hurricanes with an opportunity to tie this ball game up, and
Not,
a critical mistake there.
not only that, Hurricanes quarterback lost his head on that play.
Yeah, lost his helmet, and I believe was what the timeout was for. Now this, now not to bring up the same exact situation, Mel, but in the first half, their quarterback took a big hit. They took a timeout to keep him on the field. That ended up being the timeout they needed when they called it with 2 seconds left. That cost them the runoff.
Now, let's hope this doesn't come back to bite them because you're going to go through time management again. You're going through it now. 5 minutes and change left. You got to keep this time out until you absolutely need to use it because if not, what are you going to do when you need it and you don't have it?
And you hope when you have those plays and those timeouts happen, you hope they don't cost you in the end. That you hope they don't come back to bite you. But it did in the first half, and the
As we're
Hurricanes are
checking
going to
out the
hope.
live chat comments, shout out to the Jamaican Sigma, Dave Duncan, owner of the PFA, tuning in.
Shout out to you. We appreciate you checking in
Mike, I
with us
know, I
here.
get it. It's weird seeing the fire in gray and red.
Quarterback's going to throw it over. Oh, and a good play by the DB there to break it up. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 24. And that's now 5:26 left on the clock. Time at a premium, downs at a premium.
And here's the great thing about that knockdown: no penalty.
Absolutely. And I've got to think if I'm this Hurricanes coaching staff that barring a miraculous play, although you did get one on the last defensive stop by your defense, this could really possibly be your last chance here, your last opportunity, because the Fire have been able to bleed the clock out when they've got the ball. I know there was a mistake, but I know that's being talked about, and I know that's going to be corrected. So possibly a last stand here for this Fire defense.
If you don't get the ball back with at least 2 minutes left, there's no way you're going to come back in this game.
The Broncos would like to have a conversation with you.
They don't
Quarterback's.
count. That was a
Oh, and it's picked off!
intercepted.
And he's going to take it to the house!
Kiss him goodbye.
And just like that, an opportunity for the Hurricanes taken away by this Fire defense, and that might just be the play that wraps up this championship game, Mel. A pick six on the wide receiver screen, or I should say halfback screen. Quarterback was pressured. He tried to turn around and throw it back, and just an outstanding play by the defensive player to read the football, get his hands on it, and take it to the house.
Great. And that lineman had some speed.
And you know what? I've got to agree with Sky. You know what that was, Mel? That was fire.
That you can't get any better than that on defense. Now you've got Mike Tatum throwing a touchdown pass. You got a pick six on defense. So that makes 2 turnovers for the Fire.
And just like that, Mel, we found our second play in this game to try to go viral again.
Oh man.
Wow. An outstanding defensive play. And now, I mean, if you're this Hurricane sideline, and there's players still sitting on the bench, it is very defeated. However, 5:13 left in the fourth quarter. If they were able to get this, now they've had electricity on the kickoff. Get something special to happen on the kickoff return, and maybe you give your defense a chance to try to give you the ball back in a tie
Now,
game.
again, that's if the Fire haven't learned anything this game, it's to make sure you stay in your lanes.
Yes, and
Barring a global catastrophe, if the Hurricanes can return the kick, that will be big.
it
However, we have to see.
looks like the Fire are going to go for two. Not sure if I agree with this call.
I don't either.
Quarterback's going to drop back, and he's going to try to throw it up. Nope, and it's going to be incomplete. And yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Mel. You could have just kicked the extra point, taken it to 14, 2 scores. And with the way this Michigan Hurricane offense has been moving the ball, I would believe in my defense here. But regardless, 13-0. Columbus Fire up over the Michigan Hurricanes. 5:13 left in the fourth quarter. And now, if you're the Fire,
That pick six was big.
huge, massive.
Well,
If you're
actually, let's take that back. I don't mean to cut you off. Let's take that back. That pick six was big. The missed 2-point conversion is even bigger because if the Hurricanes can get a quick score and possibly get the ball back with at least 2 minutes, 30 seconds on
now
the clock,
they have it in their hands.
they have this game in their hands.
Absolutely.
And that is going to come down to the question that we have to ask right now. Did the Fire make a mistake by going for two?
I don't know. We're going to find out. I will say, you cutting me off led to my point, which I'm glad you did do that. Now, if you're the Fire, 5:13 left of mistake-free football, and you're going home with a ring. It is that simple.
Can they keep the momentum is the question because we've seen this returner for the Hurricanes, and he has not been playing around. They're already pointing.
So we'll see what the Fire do decide to do on this kick. Returner's going to switch sides. And this one's going to be kicked away deep. It's going to be returned. And he makes a move. Oh, and he breaks away from the tackler. Oh, and a good job. And Mel,
That's
it was
the
risky.
first time we've
Yep.
seen the Fire's kick team actually make a tackle to stop him before he gets to the 50.
And the reason why is they had multiple guys in their lanes at the returner at the same time, multiple hands on him, multiple guys there able to bring him down. And yes, as we said, they had to play some mistake-free football, and that is exactly what they started with on the kick return. We'll see if the defense can do literally what it has done for almost 3.5 quarters, 3.5 plus quarters, I should say, because there's only 5:05 left in this game, as the Fire are attending to an injured player.
This 5:05 is going to be what ESPN should have been paying attention to all week, or actually all day today. If ESPN is missing out on a good defensive game, they're also missing out on the fact that this is gonna go down in Ohio and Michigan history as one of the toughest games we've seen in recent history between the two states.
Absolutely. As we had a battle of Ohio and Pennsylvania in our 2A game, and we've got a battle of Ohio and Michigan in our second game. So, 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes after the disastrous play. We'll see how they can respond. If they want to have any opportunity to come back in this game, they're going to need a quick score here. So, 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. Got time. Looking over. Oh, and a great play by the DB. And we almost had a second interception there here in the fourth quarter. Both guys had a chance at the ball, but a great play there by the DB.
It could have actually turned into a great play for the Hurricanes had
Yes.
that receiver stayed focused because he was all alone.
Absolutely. 4:58 now here in the fourth quarter. Championship gut check time for the Michigan Hurricanes.
Update downtown, Cleveland, top of the seventh. Guardians up 3-0 over the Mariners.
Oof, trying to keep their 4% playoff chance alive.
Hey, that 4% is a lot, man.
Hey, listen.
Especially in baseball.
So you're saying there's a chance.
It's always a chance in baseball.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 31. 4:58 left in the fourth quarter. 4:58 left in this Hurricane season.
Literally.
Quarterback's going to drop back. He's going to throw it out to the outside. He's going to throw it over his wide receiver's head. Incomplete.
I think that receiver should have made a better play to try and jump up and get that. He had a chance. I
But
don't know what
now,
that receiver was thinking.
3rd and 10 and chances running out for this Hurricanes offense. Got to believe with the way that this Fire offense has been able to pick first downs up, that if they get this ball back, it's virtually over.
You got one timeout left, and if they do happen to give the ball back to the Fire, you're going to need it to stop the clock. You only get 2 timeouts left technically with the 2-minute warning, but you got to keep that last timeout in the event you get the ball back and get to that 2-minute warning to begin with.
And as we've talked about multiple times here, timeout issues on that Michigan sideline. So, 3rd and 10 from the 31, 4:52 left in the fourth quarter. Quarterback's going to drop back, get pressured. He's going to toss it down the field. He's got a man. Oh, and it's dropped. Mel, it was there. It was there, the opportunity to pick up a huge play and possibly get yourselves in a chance to make a quick score, and the wide receiver dropped it. He was wide open.
Perfect route.
Yeah, a great call up, a great route, a great throw. Just
And here's
couldn't
why
bring
I'm
it
saying
in.
it's the perfect route. The corner route, he gets that, he catches that, he goes right out of bounds. He doesn't even have to worry about time at that point. You got the first down. Everything falls in your favor.
Absolutely, a big missed opportunity. And not just that, Mel, it's now 4th and 10. So the ball game is on the line here for the Michigan Hurricanes. Got to pick up a first down here.
Everything has to be beyond the sticks, at least a yard beyond the sticks.
4 wide receivers to one side of the ball. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass here on 4th down, and he's going to be sacked. And that's going to turn over on downs. The Columbus Fire will take over, and you've got to believe, Mel, that this might be the end of the game here and the end of the road for the Hurricanes.
I'm almost in agreement with you.
Obviously, a lot can still happen here with 4:36 left in the game, but as we said, all the Fire had to do was play mistake-free. They didn't have to do too much. Just play mistake-free football this last 5 minutes, and so far, Mission accomplished. Now the offense has to do the same exact thing. They fumbled on their last possession
I'm
after a miscommunication on the snap. That cannot happen here.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. Given the field position,
You think a shot's coming?
I think this game is really gonna be put on ice, and either the coaching staff of the Fire or Mike Tatum himself is thinking about putting this game on ice by taking a shot.
It would not be a bad out, although it would be risky. But if it pays off, it could be great. Different quarterback in here
Big
for the
quarterback
Fire.
in. His whole jersey doesn't even come down.
He's going to take that. He's going to drop back, and he is going to take the shot to the end zone. And it's going to be, oh, it was almost picked off, but it's going to be incomplete. So Mel, they went with your idea to take that shot. It was risky, almost picked off, almost actually as bad as it could have been there. But now 2nd and 10, 4:28. Clock stopped now, obviously after the incomplete play.
And that's why I don't agree with that shot.
Yeah.
What I meant by taking a shot at the end zone in this scenario was running plays that are going to move you forward to get in position to take a shot at the end zone. Running it with Mike Tatum, with the running backs, end arounds. And the Fire are going to call a timeout.
And I like that. I like that timeout. We took a shot on 1st down. Now there's probably a bit of discontent because there's no way that everyone was in agreement there to not run the football. But now we're going to get on the same page. And if you're this Fire offense, you're going to try to do your best to keep this momentum that you have lit and really try to end the storm of this hurricane season.
428. I'm curious because I want to know I wish I could be a fly on the wall and find out what the offensive coordinator for the Fire is saying to the offense.
I mean, if I was that offensive coordinator, I would tell everybody to get ready to block like the game is on the line. Now, back to the quarterback again, switch there for the Fire. We're back to normal, back into this jumbo formation. Both fullbacks onto the left side of the quarterback there. He's going to take it in that option. He's going to keep it himself. Push ahead
That's
for a
really
couple of
all
yards.
you have to do.
Absolutely. Most importantly, the clock running again. And that's what this Fire offense needs to bleed out this last just 4 minutes and change. And they will lock up this championship. As we said, mistake-free football is the way for them to secure that ring. 3rd and 7 there. But here, 3rd and 7. Need to pick up a 1st down here could potentially just ice it. But you don't pick it up, and there are going to start to be some questions. There's going to be
not to be the naysayer, but the first down doesn't really secure it until you get under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's still 4 minutes and change, or 3 minutes and change now. But until you get under 2 minutes, you're not really out.
Oh, and the snap is fumbled. And the Michigan Hurricane player is going to pick it up, and he's going to take it to the house.
This is
for a touchdown.
unbelievable.
And just like that, we talked about it. Play mistake-free football, and it wasn't. They fumbled the snap. The Hurricanes player picks it up and takes it to the house. And with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left, we've got a completely different ball game. Wow.
I just said you are not out of the woods just yet.
Wow.
And here we are, a scoop and score. And it just like that, you are one score away from either a championship or at least a damn good effort.
Absolutely. And now the question can be asked, though, Mel. We did not see any kicker warming up on the Hurricane sideline. So not sure what the extra play call is here. Critical that they get something on this possession.
You have to. Because 12-13 is not going to cut it.
Nope. So I see some guys coming over from the Hurricanes late.
I wouldn't call a timeout, but I would probably take a delay of game in this situation because whatever play that they have has to work. You have to get an extra point here.
And critical to try to keep that last time out. Just an absolute amazing turn of events that has completely not flipped the championship game around, but absolutely made it a lot more interesting than it just was a mere 10 seconds ago. We were talking about the Fire being able to potentially wrap this thing up. So it does look like the Hurricanes are going to go for 2 here. And this is a critical pickup here. If they can on this 2-point conversion, quarterback's going to take it. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to try to roll it out himself, and he's going to get hit, and he's going to get
I do
tackled, and it
not
is
like
not
that
going to get.
call.
It is not going to work, and it is now 13-6. So now, if you're this Hurricanes defense, you now need another stop. But more importantly for the offense, now you need a touchdown, and now a critical either extra point to tie the game or another 2-point conversion to try to win it. But either way, we've got us a ball game.
Honestly, honestly, I do not like that call. Whatever play that was, I do not like the call simply because the quarterback still has the ball in his hands. And now you're looking at a situation where you know the onside kick is coming. You've had, as the Fire, you've had ball control issues, ball handling
Yeah.
issues. If
My,
you don't get this back, you are in trouble. And if you do, my main concern right now is getting another touchdown on the board because you are not out of the woods yet.
No, not by any means. And I've got to absolutely agree with you there. I don't agree with the call. The reason I don't agree with the call, it looked like it was a complete designed run by the quarterback. You've got to give the quarterback a bailout option. He's got to have other guys there. So we'll see what this Michigan special teams is going to do. The Fire are not reacting as if they were going to kick an onside kick, although the Hurricanes aren't really in an offensive or onside kick formation. So it looks like they may just kick it away here and hope that defense can come through again. And it's going to be booted high and low, or high and short. He's going to try to take that to the opposite end of the field. He's
That's
going to
Mike
spin
Tatum with
back.
that.
Yes, he is. He's going to spin it back, and he's got some room. And he's going to break it up through the middle. Now he gets out to the 50. And he did a great job to pick up about another 20 to 25 yards, just kind of moving back and forth and trying to find some space in between. You talked about it, how electric Mike was back there on those returns, and he showed it right there.
Now, again, if you are the Fire, your concern is not safety because if you've been playing it safe and you just got you're sorry because you gave up a scoop and score. You got to move this ball. This ball
Yep.
has to be going forward, not backward,
And that's
and you got to head towards the end zone.
and that's back-to-back possessions where a bad snap cost them. First was the offensive lineman or the fullback having to take the snap over the quarterback and it was stripped. And then this one, the fumble there is fumble snap by the quarterback. So the, just getting off the easy plays for them, the easy formations, has cost them in back-to-back drives. And if it cost them again here, it could cost them the game. First and 10 from the 50. 3:08 left in the fourth quarter. Fire up 13-6. Take it, hand it off to the running back. He's going to get hit in the backfield.
I just said you have to go forward. This is going to be a problem if this keeps up.
But now, clock under 3 minutes. Time absolutely the factor. Fire are going to do everything they can to take every second off the
But
clock.
here's the thing. Time is not a fact. Time is not a friend for either team
No.
because if you're the Fire, using yards gives the Hurricanes decent field position on the back end. That's
Absolutely.
not what we want
Nope.
if we're the Fire. Yeah, you can run the clock down, but if you're not moving forward, it's not helping you.
Absolutely. 2nd and 11 here. 2:20 and counting left in the game. Quarterback's going to take it. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out, look over the middle, and he's going to throw it incomplete, and that's going to stop the clock.
Our clock operator in the booth is not happy.
No, he is not. That is gonna and that's gonna stop the clock with 2:08, Mel, in the fourth quarter, and now it's 3rd and 11, and now you have to pick up a first down. It is critical now that you pick up this first down with 2:08, because if not, the Hurricanes have one timeout left. Or they could let it run to the 2-minute warning.
And
Either way, the clock is going to stop and you having to give the ball back to the
and
Hurricanes.
that's been my point. You have to move forward with whatever plays you're calling. Running the clock down does help you, but if you don't move forward while you're bleeding the clock, it becomes a problem that turns against you.
So let's see what they've got here on 3rd and 11. Quarterback in the shotgun. Two wide receivers at each side of the ball. Running back in the backfield. He's going to take it. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look. He's going to scramble. He's going to get hit. He's going to break away. He's trying to just run it. And now he's looking back upfield, and that's where he's going to get
Oh!
smacked. And that was a hard hit.
And that's
And-
multiple people
Yeah,
down.
and one of the Hurricanes actually went to try to make a huge hit and just hit. And he absolutely smashed his own teammate there. And I've got to say that there's multiple players, but one specifically player on the Fire sideline not happy about it, because it did look like the DB kind of let in with his head there and missed the Fire player. And Friendly Fire, he absolutely leveled his own player.
He actually did lead with his head as we
Yeah.
look at our replay. That's not good on either side. You don't
No.
want anybody injured, especially when you're leading with the head, because not only could it damage you as a tackler, it could damage whoever you hit.
And I got to correct myself. It did look like he actually hit both players, because they're trying to help the Fire player up, but he's very shaken up. And no flag thrown for the hit to the helmet. I know there was obstructed view by the referees there. It would have been hard to see there on the sideline, but still a scary play there.
As I replay this on our
Yeah, that's
screen
a
up
tough
here,
one.
that was straight helmet to
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
We hope that player,
yeah. They're gonna tend to him on the sidelines.
we
They
hope
actually
Mike
kind
is
of,
okay, and we also hope the Hurricanes player was okay
Yeah.
because he went down.
yeah, very shaken up as they tend to him on the sideline. 1:55 now, so the clock did stop as we try to shift our focus back to the game here. 4th and 9. Fire are going to have to punt this ball away with 1:55. Hurricanes are going to have a timeout in the ball and a chance to win it. And it's a short punt, and it's going to take a decent bounce. Looks like Fire are going to down it there at about the 25-yard line. And I can kind of peek over our screens here and kind of take a look on the sideline. It does look like Mike is kind of still down, very, very shaken up on that hit. So we do hope he is okay.
So
And as I said, Fire
144.
players were not happy about that hit, and I can understand that they want to protect their brothers.
Honestly, I wasn't happy about that hit either because not only did
Yeah.
you hurt the other player, you hurt your own player
Yeah,
in that magnitude.
With a bit of a
and
reckless
that's
tackle
not what
there.
we want. Yes,
No.
we want to see big hits.
Yeah.
But we want to see everybody get up from those
Yeah.
big hits.
And we want to see him be clean too. So 1:44 left in this fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the 26. The Hurricanes down 13-6. They're going to have an opportunity here, Mel, to make this championship game very interesting.
She loves JD. Says the second time out they use is going to haunt them.
It
Let's
didn't.
hope that's not the case, but
Yeah.
that is a very good thing that she pointed out. This is going to be an interesting 1 minute 44 seconds.
Quarterback fumbled the snap there, but he picked it up, and he's just going to keep it himself and run it forward. A good job there to take something that could have been a disaster and turn it into at least some positive yards. 2nd and 5, but most importantly, clock ticking under a minute 30. And the Hurricanes, with a minute and 30, are going to take their last time out.
And this is
Wow.
where it's going to get very, very interesting.
Yeah, that is, and that is, yeah, that's a critical decision there.
2nd down and 5. A minute and 20, essentially a minute and 30. A minute 29 on the clock, but we're going to round it up to a minute and 30.
Yeah, we will see. And
This, and you just used your timeout. This is going to be really, really interesting.
absolutely, because that timeout was going to come in handy, you would have thought, as they were getting down. And we want to appreciate you, hey, guys. Appreciate the love there on the broadcast. It's good to be in with Mel. I appreciate him bringing me in for the championship games. Hopefully, we can meet up and do some games as well next year. We appreciate the love. So 2nd and 5 from the 31, 1:29 left in the game. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass here. Pressured, steps up in the pocket.
Great move to get away.
And he's going to look down the field, but he didn't find it, so he tried to just
even
take
better
off.
tackle.
And he's going to get tackled, but time a factor now. Just 1:20 and counting left in this game. The Hurricanes are going to have to try to show some urgency and hurry up, because they got a guy trying to run back from all the way down to the other side of the field. So trying to get the play call in now under a minute. Quarterback's going to throw it out to the wide receiver. He's going to pick up some positive yards if he gets out of bounds for a first down, but we're going to have a flag. We're going to have a personal foul on the offense. I'm not sure, man. I did not see exactly what happened there.
I didn't see it either. Whatever it was, it caused the side judge on that side to throw the flag.
Absolutely, and there was a disagreement by the wide receiver. But, yeah, like I said, I did not see at all what happened there. And they're not happy on that Hurricane sideline, and I can understand. See if we can pick up something on the replay. He called it
the crackback.
Called it a
the illegal crackback on the Hurricanes on the screenplay.
And
that's gonna hurt.
And that's a really tough call that I'm not 100% sure on, especially this late in the game with this stage.
I'm with you. That one didn't look egregious.
Not at all.
Dominic.
Not sure who you were
Not sure who you're
with,
affiliated with on the indoor season, but wouldn't be against it.
I'd have to check out my schedule.
Yeah, we got to look. We got stuff going on, but if we can fit you in, let us know.
So referees are now discussing the penalty, it looks like, or possibly maybe discussing something that happened on that sideline.
I really just don't agree with that call because it wasn't egregious, and the players saw him coming.
Yeah. And Mel,
they're waving it off.
And you know what? The referees must be also tuned into the broadcast because they are going to wave that off. Excuse me. So that's going to give the Hurricanes a first down. Wide receiver also got himself out of bounds.
So that stops the clock.
Yep, stops the clock with 52 seconds left. So an opportunity here in drama in the championship game once again.
Couldn't ask for a better setting.
Not at all. Beautiful night here. Quarterback's going to drop back to pass. Pressured. He's going to throw it over the middle, and it's caught. Caught at the 35-yard line. 45 seconds left in the game. They're going to have to hurry up and try to spike this ball.
You have to spike.
And they're calling it out. So all of the issues that seem to happen in the first half, not happening here in the second half. So, clock's going to stop.
Spike stops the clock.
So now 33 seconds left in this championship game. Hurricanes, ball at about the 36-yard line. Going to have an opportunity here. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 36-yard line. Quarterback's going to be pressured. He's going to try to spin out of it. He's going to get
Oh,
sacked.
you
Oh, and did he
gotta
get it
get
away?
rid
No,
of
he's going
it.
to throw the flag for intentional grounding.
That's going to cost them.
That could be potentially a huge mistake. Quarterback is trying to point out to the referee that there was a guy in the vicinity.
I don't believe it.
Referee coming over to have that conversation, and
I'm going to be honest. Looking at the replay, I do not believe that. There's no one even close
it's gonna
on
be
our replay
yeah,
screen.
that's going to be tough.
That's going to cost them.
I know you can't see it at home.
And that's going to be a loss of down
Right,
because of that.
That could be hugely critical. So we'll see.
If I'm the Fire, I take the penalty because that's going to be a loss of down.
And we're going to have the referees blowing the whistle. We got a couple of the Fire players kind of slowly heading their way to that sideline. A good job. We got riot security team here. Those are my guys. Know a bunch of those guys from the Rapids and out of the Rapids doing a great job.
Shout out to Savon Gibson.
Absolutely. Coach Gibbs and all those guys keeping everything in line, getting everybody back onto the sideline. The last thing the Fire need is a penalty or something silly to push that ball forward after they just got the penalty. And yes, referees marking the ball back, so it does look like as we are still waiting on an official call here.
It is going to be intentional grounding. And again, that's a loss of down.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3rd down now.
And it's going to bring up 3rd and 21 at the 47-yard line with just 26 seconds left in this championship game. Still, the job is not done for the Fire.
Not done, but if you're the Hurricanes, it doesn't help you that you're backwards in a situation you had to get rid of the ball.
No, and not just that. The touchdown isn't enough. The extra point has to happen.
It's a 10-second runoff as well.
Under a minute.
So now we're at 16 seconds.
So now we'll set the scene even more critical. 3rd and 21. Ball at the 47-yard line. Only 16 seconds left in this game and no timeouts for the Hurricanes. So anything over the middle, they absolutely would have to sprint to the line of scrimmage.
And the clock is running because that play was inbounds.
Absolutely. So this may be it here. Pressured. Quarterback got to look up.
Rid of it.
And he's just going to throw it up. And it's going to be caught, I do believe.
They're going to wave it incomplete, but it does stop the clock.
Yep, they're going to wave that incomplete. So 5 seconds left. Mel, here is your ball game. Because if a touchdown is scored, they will have an opportunity to have the extra point regardless. So
but
5 seconds
down.
left. Yes, 4th and 21. Ball at the 47-yard line. Hurricanes down 13-6. One last opportunity to throw up a prayer.
Quarterback cannot hold on to this ball.
And if
you have to get rid of it.
And if you're a DB on the Fire,
knock it down.
Knock the ball down. Do not try to catch it. Do not try to play hero. Knock the ball down, and this is your championship.
Please don't be that DB we have to talk about on ESPN.
Empty backfield for the quarterback. He's going to drop back. He's pressured. Nowhere to go. And he's going to get sacked. He's just going to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. And that is going to do it. The Columbus Fire are your PAFL 3A champions with a 13-6 win over the Michigan Hurricanes. Mel, fitting that it ended with a defensive stop and a defensive play because the defense was lights out tonight.
And as always, defense wins you championships, and here we are. Fire get their, I'm going to say, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th championship that I've witnessed They just were 2 years off of another championship. So here we are. This is going to be sweet as a lot of drama played into this one.
Absolutely. And you see the celebration, you see the bottles popping, you see the champagne flowing. They were ready for their championship celebration, and they're absolutely taking the fullest advantage of it. They've earned it. It was a gritty performance by both of these teams. I got to give my hats off to the Hurricanes because every time they were pushed back and every time it did look like the Fire were going to take this game out of hand, the Hurricanes made a play that allowed themselves to stay in it, whether it was the fumble recovery, whether it was the interception, whether it was the strip six and taking it back to the house. They gave themselves an opportunity. Obviously, in a 13-6 game, you're going to feel like there was things left on the field for you, but an absolute warrior effort from these Michigan Hurricanes. They should be applauded. But the Columbus Fire, your 3A champions.
Hey, realistically, this is 3A. So for those that don't know, this is the toughest level of pro advancement football that you could actually ask for. Now you see it. These two teams all season fought, hit bumps in the road, and they made it. And they knew it was going to be a grinded out game. And here you are, 13-6. We saw a shootout 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Now we see a defensive stand for
Yes.
both teams. This is what you asked for. This is what we've been looking for all season.
Yeah.
Football season is back,
Abs-
baby. I love it.
Absolutely. And you know what? You can look at the score and you can say, well, of course, the game that had more points was more enjoyable. Absolutely not. These defenses played incredible. The offenses did not play bad. And I think that's a big distinction between how somebody
Exactly.
looks at a 13-6 game.
You are
But this,
absolutely spot on with that one because
both
a
of
lot
these,
of people think, oh, because you got 2 weeks off,
yeah, no,
just like the Super Bowl, you
yeah,
had 2 weeks off to get ready. I'm pretty sure both teams looked at film, had practices, worked on plays, but when you're going up against defenses such as the Hurricanes and the Fire, you're going to struggle. And both teams struggled against each other's defense.
and we got corrected in the comments, so I want to be accurate.
3 times.
Three-time champions, your Columbus Fire. Mel, I want to take an opportunity here to really thank you. You brought me in on both championship games, and it was an absolute pleasure and an honor. I've been blessed to work these two games with you. I want to give a big shout out to Sky, our camera girl. You're amazing. And absolutely killed it with all of your puns and stuff that you gave us behind the scenes. You were a great help, and you're a great camera person as well. Uh, we really appreciate everybody for tuning into it with us, commenting, being with us. For me, Ken Straub, I want to thank you guys all. I'll be back with the Rapids this upcoming season in the Strawboro Sports Show. You can check us out on YouTube and on Facebook. I appreciate it as we've got a great celebration going
As
on
you
there.
see Jermaine walking with the trophy, that's a huge
Absolutely.
trophy, man.
Absolutely. And they deserve it. Your 2025 PAFL 3A champions, the Columbus Fire.
I gotta send a special shout out. Also, I should have did this earlier to Four Bros and Assist Lemonade. Great lemonade stand. Those young people are doing it up. Shout out to the Columbus Fire. Shout out to the Michigan Hurricanes. Our camera person Sky has been with us. She has been awesome all season. This has been a great season for football at this level. I can't wait to see what next year brings.
Absolutely.
Oh, before I forget, don't forget tomorrow we will be at Tiger Stadium in Cleveland Heights as we see Garfield Heights Youth Bulldogs in action. So that first game will start at 10 a.m. So we'll be up there for that. And also we'll be down in Canton for the HBCU Classic, Virginia Union versus Miles College. It's gonna be a good one, baby.
Absolutely. So, for Romel Thorpe, I am Ken Straub. That'll do it for us on the 216 Sports Network. A congratulations to your Columbus Fire, your PAFL Tier 3 champion.
For the 216 Sports Network, I am Mel saying we will see you guys later.